For advertising opportunities for the following show, email us at cornerpubsports@gmail.com.
Welcome to the best pubcast around, Corner Pub Sports, bringing you sports, beer, and beyond. Catch the show live every Friday night at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Or get the show wherever you download your favorite podcasts. It's time to grab a cold one, kick your feet up, and enjoy the show. Welcome to the pub.
This is Lenny Dykstra Nail coming at you. Listen to Corner Pub Sports.
Corner Pub Sports.
Hey everybody, Corner Pub Sports coming at you live here on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, you name it. And of course, if you're downloading on iTunes and Spotify and
Satchel
and Stitcher, all those places, we appreciate it very much. And we are going right off the jump. We have a very special guest on the line with us. He was a member of the 1993 National League champion Philadelphia Phillies. We have outfielder Wes Chamberlain on with us. Wes, welcome to the show, man.
Hey, thank you for having me, guys.
Absolutely. We we appreciate you taking some time out, and it's not every day we get to talk to someone who played the game at the highest level and was successful at it and had some success and won a little bling with it. So we really much appreciate it. So.
Oh, you guys trying to make me feel important, huh?
So Wes, I mean, I guess before we get into, we'll live the golden days and all that stuff. But like, what have you been up to recently, man? What's been going on with you?
Well, I do. I published my book about I think it was 2013, 14. My biography. It's called Title in the Game. So I got that on Amazon. It's 100 pages, so it's a quick study. So I consider that just to be volume one. That's just like the introductory. So I got two more stages with that, and I do my private lessons for baseball and softball. So that's kicking in high gear right now. So it's not as due to the pandemic, it's not as fluent because of the pandemic, which is understandable, but
and that's Slugfest, right?
That's just part of the year.
Mm-hmm.
That's just part of the year for me. And when as things go day by day, hopefully when the weather break and when the season starts, then that'll kick off my golf season.
Oh, yeah.
Sean was just talking about that.
Yeah, nothing wrong. Where are you at again, Wes? Like, where are you living now?
I'm located right now. I'm in Chicago.
Oh, yeah. So you've been getting a little bit of snow too. Like, I was saying last week, that the golf courses are still covered in a little too much powder for me to get out there and swing the club, man. I'm missing it.
Oh no, I mean and then we can't even get in the dome because of the pandemic, so it's just limbo. So I'm just doing a little putting here in the house on my putting strip, working on my 5 and 6 footers. I'm doing pretty good with that, getting my leg and my line down.
There you go. That's nothing wrong with that, man. Absolutely. Actually, I should be doing that. Like, honestly, working on something. Think about it. Like everyone's so concerned about your drive and your irons and all, but the putting is what kills you. That's
short game.
That's 3-4 strokes each hole right then and there if you're no good at it. So
putt for dough, baby.
Yes,
putt
it is.
For dough.
Yep. Go ahead, Mike.
So you're that's actually so Slugfest, I believe, is what your tutorial softball and baseball. Is that still what you're calling it and what you're going by for it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Slugfest baseball and softball. I had an academy, but I shut it down. But I LLC'd the title, so that nobody can, take it away.
Sure.
In the state of Illinois and Indiana, because I have my facility located in Indiana. So with that, I use that, and that's seasonal. So I don't have to be, stuck with the overhead. and that
Good.
gives me leverage to do what I like to do. Which is do some investing. So I got some things lined up because I've been doing this golf for the last 5 years, and I've been working on it because I'm looking to really finish up. Start off with this 50 and hope, try to get my card, man.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
That's what I'm looking for.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, Wes, you said you're in Chicago. You grew up in Chicago, I believe, and then you played 5 seasons with the Phils, and then about a half season with Boston. I know you played at a few other places too, but that's 3 big sports towns. So, can you maybe compare them or let us know what you think between the 3?
Man, he's putting you on the carpet for Boston, Chicago, and
there's no comparison, man. I mean, like you just said, they're big in their own right. I mean, because of the history. So I wish I could have played for the White Sox or the Cubs. That would have been a awesome way to to even just for a fulfillment of a dream. But just being blessed and being able to make it to the major leagues and play in those historical stadiums, Wrigley Field and Boston. I mean, that's just that's stuff that only made for dreams, man.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So with all that history, I mean, you just can't make that stuff up. You just take it and you run with it, and just run till it run out.
Was there any that you were your favorite? Any town that you played in that was your favorite?
Not really. I mean, I enjoyed playing in Wrigley. I mean, it was we used to play our high school championships at Wrigley and Comiskey Park, and they still do play it.
Nice.
The city does it, for the public schools. And we played at Soldier Fields for football and played at the Chicago Stadium for basketball. So we use the pro stadiums for championships. So when you do that in high school, when you make it, everybody's goal is to hope they can become a pro and fulfill that and be playing in one of their cities, major sports.
Nice.
So that's just like I said, that's just a dream come true within itself for me.
So my wife was actually at a game in Boston. She was visiting up there. She went to go to Fenway, and you were playing for the Red Sox. And she said she claims she remembers this, and I don't know if you'll remember this and if it's true or not. Because if not, I'm going to call her on the carpet. That you hit it. you were one of the lucky ones that hit it over the Green Monster.
Well, I did. I mean,
right.
I hit a walk-off. I don't know if she was there that night against the Orioles.
That might be the one.
If they happened to be in '95,
that might be it. Because I think that's the one. Because I think she said it was a walk-off home run over the Green Monster.
Wow.
Yeah, I hit that off of that was against the Orioles, and that happened to be my last major league home run because we had to strike. Yeah, we had to strike that year.
Oh, that's right. Oh man, that's pretty wild.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And that was impressive. Well, of course you're gonna remember that. I mean, being a special one, of course, but I'm surprised that she remembers that because that the person that used to platoon with here in Philly during the '93 season in right field, Jim Eisenreich, is someone that she absolutely loved, and I think Gary has a question about that.
Yeah, when with Jim Eisenreich, there was reports or rumors saying that when he came in, that John Kruk was tormenting him, giving him a hard time. Can you elaborate? Is that true?
No, that's not true, man. You can't elaborate on you can only elaborate on facts.
Okay. Yeah, I think the story we always heard was that it wasn't that he was giving him a hard time on just to be mean. It was that he was giving him a hard time to try to get him to kind of warm up to the new club, I guess, after he was traded. Right. Because we all know, Eisenreich had Tourette's and Kruk was like, what's the matter with this guy over here? Blah, 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 So I didn't know if that was a true story or not.
Well, no, I mean, in any sports, I mean, all them guys Milt Izzy and Inky came in as free agent signees, so you pretty much know your role. No, I mean, when you have a lot of camaraderie that has to be built up. So, I mean, like I said, no, nothing like that. I mean, if anything, somebody is ribbing on the guy, you know, trying to feel people out, try to get to know guys and things of that nature. Nothing like that. I mean, you know, people, hey, everybody want to make a story. So, hey, you know.
Now here in Philly, we don't know anything about that. You know, Nita treats everyone so fair here.
So
everybody has a story. Wrong.
Yep.
So I got a question for you, or I don't even know whether it's a question or not, but how was it being drafted twice by the Pirates and then 10 years later signing again, but really never actually playing? I don't think he ever played a major league game with them. I feel like there's some sort of joke here about like having to tell him 3 times or third time the charm, or.
No, man, that was well, see, that's the nature of the business. See, and I mean, I thought it was a blessing, man, because those guys scouted me in high school, and you know, they really they got to know me. The scouts knew me. Bill Brick, Gene Baker, and the guys who came out and tried to sign me out of high school, and then they continued to follow me through college. And Phil and Bob Rossi wound up signing me out of college. And I believe he's passed right now, but his brother Phil is still alive. They both were scouts. So with that, you just see, and that's the thing about baseball. You just glad to be on the major leagues chart, you know, somebody's scouting list, because it don't matter who. All it matters about is making it. It don't matter who you make it with.
Yeah.
I mean, once you get drafted, I mean, there's 32 teams, so you're playing against everybody. So every time somebody's always scouting you. So if one man's garbage is another man's success, you know.
Yep. Absolutely.
That's
awesome. What is your most memorable moment within your career?
Oh,
playing in the World Series, dude.
Absolutely.
Speaking of
playing the World Series,
yeah,
that's right.
Played in the World Series after I remember playing with Andre Dawson in Boston. The 2 years he was there, and I never forget when I told him, "Wow, man!" I said, "I grew up watching you, man, and you know, it's an honor to be, you know, side by side playing with you. So I know that makes you of age."
Oh, man.
I'm saying, like, it's just unreal that I had to pinch myself because I grew up watching you. Now we teammates. You know, who'd ever thought that? And he asked me about my ring, because I had my ring, and he was like, "Let me see that, my World Series ring."
Yeah.
And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, this is the NLC." I said, "You know, this the loser's ring." And he said, "Yeah, but you played in it."
Yeah.
That's something. That's the truth. Yeah, that's the truth. Because
I'll never forget that.
Yeah, because Dawson, like most of his career, was in Chicago, and you know, unfortunately, you know, from most of your lifetime, like, of course, I'm sure being a Cubs fan and all, you know, he never got the chance to play in the World Series. So that's pretty wild. What do you do with that ring? Speaking of, like, do you still have it somewhere?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You keep it on do you keep it on a mantle somewhere, or do you still wear it?
I wear it occasionally still, yeah.
That's awesome.
I wear it in special occasions.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So, follow-up question to the 93. Do you still hate Joe Carter as much as we do?
Man, you know, that's the beauty of sports. That's like me saying, I hate any of my teammates, you know, that I ever played with, because when you're a professional,
yeah,
you know, everybody's fighting, and you pretty much know what everybody's going through, and you already know that, hey, if you're trying to be a starting player and this guy's trying to be a starter, it's going to be either me or him, and that's what you live for. So actually, I don't hate him. I mean, hey, like I said, I grew up watching him playing, and he is hitting the game game-winning walk-off home run against me in the World Series.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was obviously a joke question. He was a great player. I mean, I can't, except for the fact that he, ruined my childhood. I can't really say a bad thing about him.
Well, when you were saying, I could understand you feeling like that because I felt like that. But I mean, I guess my fan days was over right after high school, so I was thrown right at. I stopped being a fan because I was so focused on getting drafted at getting out of college and staying healthy and just hoping to become a first round draft pick and things of that nature. So. Growing up being a fan, so it was like I lost all that what you guys were talking about because I was focusing on trying to become a professional. So
yeah.
I can understand exactly where you're coming from.
Well, we talked about your camp that you're running or attempting to run, obviously with COVID and everything going on. But with that in mind, and with the game being the way it was when you played, compared to what it is now, what are some of the major changes that you see? Whether it's development of the kids, of the skills, or maybe the kids' skill sets and athleticism. What are some of the things that jump out at you that you're like, wow, I don't remember it being like this back then?
No, the game is based around what do you say? If you guys can remember when they started making the commercial. Chicks loves or chicks dig the long ball.
Yeah.
And Glavine and Maddox was trying to hit home runs in the batting cage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's what the game's evolved around. Now you get guys who are fans that go to spring training, try to talk to some of the coaches and pick their brains, and then take stuff back home and teach these crazy, ridiculous techniques and stuff like that, and hoping to get a job to become a scout, and just got the kids just looking like clowns, man. It's just crazy. And they paying these guys so much money that they got to keep these seats filled, so they can't help but have the guys. They tell them, they're trying to create things so that people can't come out because the way the game's playing right now, it's so like. Just like, man, I can't even explain it. I call it batting practice baseball because all these guys are doing is going up there swinging for the fence like batting practice.
Mm-hmm.
Like the days of, like your old teammate Lenny Dykstra being up there. Either if I get a pitch to hit, I'm going to hit it. If not, I'm going to draw walk because the name of my game is to get on base to score a run. Because if I score a run, right. Right, and
nobody has a role. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they don't play the small ball no more.
No. Well, the thing is that it's not considered small ball. It's baseball. It's like the American League. You already knew they laid back for the 3-run homer because they had 9 hitters, but the National League had to play according to the game was situated because you always had the pitcher coming up. So your strategy was that. Do I leave my pitch in, or do I pinch hit? Do I go to my bullpen, or what? It was always a wait and see or a gut feeling. You didn't want to take your pitcher out who was dominating, and but if you had a chance to win, you had confidence in your closer or your bullpen. So that's what's changed.
Yeah.
So I mean, only certain teams had to play small balls when they didn't have the big home run hitters. So you had to play to your strength. So people had to really manage. Right now, it's like PlayStation or 3 Xbox or video game, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's the truth. It's analytics driven. It's the launch angle. It's hit it as hard as you can, and
exit velocity. All that.
Exit velocity. Oh, I can't stand. I talk about of all stats. That might be the one thing that I can't stand. The exit velocity thing. Like, who cares how fast it left the ballpark? As long as it left the ballpark and put your team up.
Exactly.
As Bob Uecker would say, who gives a shit?
How fast the ball leaves. How fast the ball gets in the stands. You want to know how fast the pitcher throws to the catcher.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. So
as Bob Uecker would say on that movie Major League, who gives a shit? It's gone.
Right. Exactly.
Mike, do you want to?
Exactly.
Mike, do you want to ask Wes, or do you have another question for him, or do you have?
Yeah, I still got a couple questions.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I mean, well, as long as we have Wes on, but so how was the '93 Phillies team? I know we've talked to Lenny a couple times, as you heard. We've had the intro from him. Do you have any crazy stories about him, or any crazy stories about the '93 team?
No, it's nothing like that. I mean, you know, it's the lifestyle of a major league player is really like it's a business fraternity. You know, it's not like how the fraternities that the guys have in college, like when you're a frat boy.
Right.
It's you know, because that's a group of guys that they're slaying and they're talking about we're going to be brothers for life, you know, but you met in college.
Right.
But these guys who you meet in the pros, you're sitting there. So the stories, you know, become life because you become around them more than you be around your family.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's not like that. It's business. I mean, this is real life. Like, hey, when you get released, you gone. You don't know if you're gonna get picked back up, and you trying to make it to the major league. So, you know, it's really a life thing. So, I mean, my stories is just looking at the guys who get released in spring training, who get released at the end of the year, who don't get invited, and it's like, man, I don't want to be in that situation.
No.
You know,
Yeah.
so those are my stories right there. I don't want to be in that situation until I'm not able to throw a ball or run or hit a baseball no more. I mean, I play like the Latin guys. That's all they live for. They go home, they play baseball. They come here, they play baseball. But that's their way out of their world, out of their country. They live in a third world.
Yeah.
So we Americans, we have opportunity to try to get a degree to become a lawyer or a doctor. You know, the guys not doing that, man. And you see that when you go over there and play in the winter, and you be like, wow, I'm so glad I'm an American. You know, that experience of traveling to Venezuela, Mexico, and even in Japan. I mean, man, you know, you see the stuff on TV, and then you go there and you're living there, and you're like, I was just in awe. So I'm like, I'm just grateful because, man, I'm glad that we're not in communism, man, because it all just started coming to the head during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So those are my stories right there. My stories are, it's not the fact that we got all these crazy stories. No, we do stuff just like everybody else do, just like what you guys do. Same thing what we doing right here. We had the same conversation, but our conversation to get blown out of proportion. You know, we might crack a joke, and then it's like always being politically correct. That's why we don't really talk, because everybody want to use stuff like what I don't know if that was Mike or who was earlier asked the question about Eisenreich. You know what I mean?
Oh, Gary.
Some writer hanging around some writer hanging around the clubhouse just took the story and made something out of nothing. You know, like what?
Yeah.
You don't even, what are you talking about? We what are you talking about, dude?
Yeah.
How can you? Oh, this is how he treated him before no, this guy Eisenreich had already played like 7 or 8 years in the major leagues, but he was in the American League.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Kurt's been in the National League. You know, you don't know the guy. You just know he's a ball player. Now we got to get to know each other.
Yeah.
So those are the stories. I mean, these are life stories. I mean, you know, and then you see how guys start, you know, because of their body or because of their mental state or whatever, you know, you see guys and it'd be like yesterday, like, man, good to see you. Good to see you. You're still alive, you know. Man, give me a hug, bro. You know, and you savor the moment.
Yeah. Well, real quick, I just want to hit on it real quick before we let you go. After you played for the Red Sox, you went to Japan and played there. What was that experience like for you?
You played in a few different independent leagues, right? It wasn't just Japan. You played it all over the world, right?
Right. Well, yeah. When I came back, I was just keeping a job. I was trying to coach. I was a player I was coaching. I was playing, trying to get back to the major leagues, but I was at AAA, and then I was playing in the independent league. And when I knew that I was in an independent league, then I was just trying to become a coach, a manager, hitting coach or a manager, things of that nature.
Okay.
But Japan was a great experience. I was over there that year. I mean, You know, it's just wow. You look like a foreigner.
Yeah, I mean, you're on the other side of the world playing with people that, I mean, you're trying to break a language barrier. You're trying to break other barriers, like basically like, you know, their style of play and all that stuff. I mean, but they play a pretty good product. I mean, they have a pretty good product over there in Japan with baseball.
Well, yeah, they do, but they don't play it like how we play it.
Yeah,
and then they coach you when you like, even you know, even when you under that communism, man. I mean, we as Americans, only the ones who travel, you get that real experience when you've been there 60 or 90 days. When you worked over there for a little bit, you get to see, okay, I got to be with a translator everywhere I go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's like, yeah, because you don't speak the language, but they speak 7 different languages fluently.
Yeah.
Because their culture teaches that, but they come over here and try to play mom's the word, you know.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah. So with that being said, I mean, my experience was awesome. I mean, I'm glad I went, but I wouldn't want to live over there.
Right.
You know. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad to be an American.
Absolutely. Well,
yeah. So I mean, but it's great, man. I mean, just like sharing these stories, it's great just sharing the story. I mean, the 93 Phillies, you know, nobody picked us, but we knew in spring training how the team was gelling, how we came together on a regular basis every morning, from the guys who were there already, the nucleus of the team. And I'm talking about the guys who were there, and from the other free agents who came in, they just like slid right on in. Like everybody, you know, everybody just gelled. Everybody just blended, and it's all about respect, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You just know your place, and Darren Dalton, our captain, just kept the clubhouse under control, man. I mean, whatever Dutch said, you know, it went. You know, he was the leader, he was the veteran. Then Lenny, then Crucky followed his lead, and we followed their lead, and everything clicked, man. I mean, we all knew what we had to do, and everybody just you know, once we figured out how it was going to go, you know, it was like, okay, this is how it's going to go. This is what's working. Then you just sit back, wait for your turn, and do your job. And everybody was with everybody. And that's why we won, man, because we knew our role. We pulled for each other. Nobody was trying to stab a guy in the back to start. It's just like, hey, who's ever in there? You just get behind that guy. And we were like, yeah, it was like ride or die. And that's exactly what's not in the game today. It's all about me. I want my $500 million contract.
Yeah.
And that's why, I mean, we all want our contracts, but we want to win, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why I don't even enjoy watching the game on TV, because you see it, they don't run out balls. They like lollygagging. They like, how is you gonna make a guy who makes $50 million a year run out of ground ball? He said, I ain't trying to get hurt. That sounds like Major League. I got one more year on this contract, and I ain't trying to break nothing.
It's the absolute truth. The game has absolutely changed. I mean, 100%, and it's money is the root of all evil, you know. And actually, it's funny. It's
not the money. I mean, because the money's always been there. I mean, the owners are making buku money. Come on, man. They make money hand over hand. It's not the money. It's just the way that they just they don't, you know. It's just when you don't have people around the game that know the game, and you bring in these guys from these Ivy League schools, and they start talking these velo numbers. I can't even pronounce some of the stuff they're talking about.
Yeah,
you know, that's why they got to hire all these people who speak that language, but they never played.
Yeah,
and just like how we're talking, if this was a talk radio, they'd be like, "Oh, you saying the wrong thing." What do you mean I'm saying the wrong thing? I'm speaking facts.
Yeah,
you know, we're on the podcast, so if you can't say it on the syndicate station, you got to be on the podcast, or you got to be on series. You know.
Yeah. You're more than safe with us. Trust me. On this
I
show.
don't care. Look, Look, guys, I wouldn't care at all. I don't care. I got the Charles Barkley syndrome. I'm old school.
Absolutely, man. You know, we love Charles and we love the truth and we love people speaking honest. And I think the majority of people like that. It's just, you know, people are afraid. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's crazy. It's crazy time we live in.
Yeah, man. And it's not enjoyable, man. I mean, I ain't got nothing against Bryce Harper, but all Bryce Harper do is go up there and try to hit a home run. I ain't come there to see that one-run homer. You know, like, it's nice that you hit a home run, but one guy half the bank.
Yeah.
Anybody else.
Right. No, that's the truth.
Yep.
Well, and speaking of,
and then he boosts for the catcher. Catchers don't last that long. I'm not going to give a catcher all that money. Shoot, he's going to be broken down in 5 years. You know, small as phone. Yeah, I'm serious. I mean, they don't make them like Darren Dawson like they used to, or Mike Lieberthal like they used to. You know?
Yeah.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
That's what I'm saying. Them guys, we came to the clubhouse. We took care of our bodies. We were prepared for the long haul. We were prepared for the season. We rested when the season was over. You know, but during that season, we didn't. You know, everybody. We didn't want days off. The managers had to fight to make us take days off because that's what we were ride or die. We were in there. You know, like, no, put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. Come on, I'm all right.
We have
ain't broke.
We have a listener that just chimed in. He said, I loved Wes Chamberlain. I was pissed to him what we got in return for him when we traded him. so yeah, you still have plenty. And we have another one that said he actually put you in a bunch. Let me go back. I got to go back up here a second. He said, Milt Thompson, Petey, Wes, Jim Eisenreich, they were my heroes. Great memories. So, man, you still got a lot of love here, man, in Philly. So,
thanks, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
So
I appreciate that.
I'll let Mike ask the question that we always ask many of our guests, because you know we are sitting back and drinking beers and having a good time. So Mike, take it away.
Sure. So Wes, if you do partake in any alcoholic beverages, our question that we always ask our guests is, what is your drink of choice?
I used to drink Long Island iced teas when I was out in public, like at a bar. We catch at a Chili's or somewhere. I used to have me a Long Island iced tea. One definitely. Two was the limit because I knew that I was always driving.
So you were always the DD, huh?
Home,
Yeah.
My choice at home is always a brandy. I'm a Hennessy. I used to be a Hennessy man, Cavassier.
Okay.
Yeah. Neat. With a nice blunt, with a nice joint. That's what I used to do.
Oh no! There you go. That's awesome.
That's what I used to do.
Yeah.
I mean, now that they made marijuana legal, now I'm like, really? Now it's legal. So now I got to have a physical condition to smoke it or just go back smoking it. And I'm like, well, I've been off of it, both of them off for 20 plus years, and I'm healthy as ever. And I'm like, well, I don't even need it because I got a natural high now.
Well, you definitely perked Gary's interest up. His ears perked up when you said a Hennessy and a blunt. His eyes.
Yeah, because Remy Martin, you know, that Hennessy, they have like three or four brands, but Remy Martin, you say Hennessy, so you got to know what type of brandy that you're drinking. So that Remy Martin is real smooth, real neat, and I sit back and chill with that, man, and watch the game and enjoy, and just do my thing, let it marinate.
Mm-hmm.
Giddy up.
Sounds great.
Giddy up.
Well, Wes, we kept it a little longer than I promised you, but we thank you.
Don't worry about that, man. I'm enjoying myself. Don't even worry about it. No problem at all.
That's awesome, man. We definitely appreciate you coming on and spending some time with us on a Friday night, and and like I said, you're getting some love from the fans here, so. We hope the best for you, and obviously this pandemic, man, we're getting near the end. Lights at the end of the tunnel. Hopefully everything can get back to normal, and you can contribute. You can continue your camps, and everything can go back to normal, man.
Yeah, and hopefully, when everything do lighten up, I can get out there and play in some golf tournaments because I got a lot of people on the East Coast area that they've been inviting, but I just been like, nah, because I'm just, not sure. I mean, we keep saying that the numbers go up, so I just ain't been on the plane. I just been stuck here in Illinois because my goal is to get out to Arizona and play much more. So, but I mean, once we could, I know they loosen up with the restaurants and things of that nature, but me myself, I'm okay. That's why I'm always chilling. So
yeah,
I just do what just get in where I fit in, guys.
Yep.
Hey man, you ever come back to the East Coast? That you got another one that would like to play with you sometime. So
yeah, definitely.
You can embarrass me on the course.
Well, while you guys kicking back, drinking beers and doing your Happy Gilmore, I'll be sitting up there just having fun. We'll be throwing out something for the hole. That's all.
There you go.
That's awesome.
We can play $2. We can play $2 a hole, $1 a hole, whatever.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. A couple beers at the 19th, no problem with that. Yeah,
right. Look, I'm an easy sport, man.
Yeah. That'd be awesome, man. Absolutely.
Right. Yeah, it will be, because that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm enjoying myself, and hey, wherever I go, my clubs go. Have clubs, we'll travel.
Absolutely, that's awesome, man. Well, Wes, we thank you so much, man, for joining us, and we hope that we'll reach out to you soon, man. We'll talk again soon.
Thanks.
Yeah, Wes. Thanks so much.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for having me, and I look to be back on here with you guys probably over the summer. Make it a twofer.
There we go. Yeah, absolutely.
100%. Absolutely. 100%.
All right, guys. Good talking to you guys.
All right, man. Take care, Wes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, man.
Thanks, man.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Wes Chamberlain joining us on the show tonight, man. Dude, that was cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Nice pull there, brother.
Thanks, man. Yeah, good dude. So when Callie and
interesting though. I was just, not to cut you off, but interesting though. He doesn't like the new age game at all. That was very clear.
Yeah, I know.
He don't like the locker room behind the scenes bullshit. I ain't.
No, and he stuck with the camaraderie, the frat fraternity. He didn't want to talk smack.
Yeah,
yeah,
and I've got nothing negative to say about my teammates.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't even think we were trying to get into say anything negative. We were just looking at it for something that was funny. But I guess he just is, he doesn't want to do any, funny, not anything in the locker room. Stayed in the locker room. It seems.
No, and then we weren't looking for smack.
No.
Right.
Yeah,
but
I'm not sure if he understood that, but yeah, he did. It didn't matter to him.
He was more or less like, no, guys, not getting into all that. We were teammates, and we're going to leave it that we were teammates. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
It's like what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Speaking of, so I don't know how we can segue out of this to get to something normal, but I have something I have to show you guys.
Normal on this show?
Yeah. So, maybe I can segue it this way. Chicago, where Wes grew up, and here in Philly, we have something in common. We have homeless people. And and I'm going to show you guys a video real quick of a homeless guy who thought for sure that he was being raped. Okay, that's not the funny part.
Oh, that's not the funny part.
No, that's not the funny part.
Wait, there's more.
The funny part is that he thought he was being raped by a ghost. Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I'm gonna play this for you real quick.
Invisible rapist.
There's no sound, right?
Here it is.
All right, hold on. Let me start it over because it's not. There you go.
Fuck me. You're fucking me. You're fucking me, man. You're fucking me.
So, just for those who aren't
He's fucking me. He fucking me.
Just for those who can't see it, there's a guy in an alleyway with his legs up in the air on his back, his pants around his ankles, and he's just by himself. And there's apparently a ghost banging him.
Fucking feels good. Don't it? You really fucking me. Fucking me in my ass. Fuck me in my ass, man. Shit. Shit.
Oh man. Peterson, Dave Peterson said, "Oh my God, it's a KMA after dark." So there was for no reason at all.
He's fucking me.
For no reason.
It feels good.
For no reason at all. I just wanted to share that.
He's fucking me right in my ass.
There's no reason for that.
Got it all over my shirt.
Oh man.
And the back alley sports.
Yeah, Dave Peterson said that should be a soundbite. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on that for sure.
No.
Just the end.
Oh man.
Just the end, like
He's fucking me in my ass.
yeah.
It feels good, don't it?
Shit.
Oh no.
I don't know.
There's something wrong with you, Sean.
I didn't create the video, man. What do you want from me? So, by the way, most important question we'll ask of the night. This is even more important than any question we'll ask Wes Chamberlain. What are you drinking, guys?
Last one.
And did a high heat. He makes the high heat again?
He said that was the last one last week.
He did say that, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
I don't think I had it last week.
True.
Maybe, I don't know.
And
I found another one.
White, baby.
Gary's got blue moon.
No,
The basics.
that's the last one. I had the Blue Moon Orange last one.
Yeah, he said it. Yeah, that's right. Gary, how do you remember?
Yeah,
You
how would you know? You were drunk.
smashed last week.
Oh, and we're also drinking a little bit of this.
Oh no.
Oh, Jameson. Well, Gary got a promotion, so you know,
Yeah, congratulations, guy. Cheers.
Thanks, brother.
Oh, good for you.
Was it a promotion or is it a new?
I'll be working for the city now.
So is that like, are you with the same company or?
No. Straight for the city of Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
So this lady asked me, she goes, "Do you drink beer?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "How many? How many do you drink per day?" And I said, 3. And she goes, How much do you pay per beer?" I said, "About 5, including the tip." She goes, "Wow, how long you been drinking?" I said, "About 20 years." She goes, "Well, three beers a day equates to like about $450 per month, and that's about $5,400 per year. So 20 years of drinking, that's about $108,000." I said, "Sounds about right." And she said, "Well, do you know that all that money you just spent, you can put in your savings account, and after the interest, you have enough to buy a plane?" I said, "Do you drink beer?" And she goes, "No." I said, "Well, where's your fucking plane?" Let's talk some Sixers. So Gary's favorite subject. Gary's favorite. But we have to bring it up, man, because there are some rumors going around. Look, why don't we start with that?
Mr. Lowry.
They're getting stronger. Kyle Lowry for the Toronto Raptors. The agent just came out. The agent said the same thing. So Lowry comes out and goes, "I want to play for Sixers. I want to play in my hometown." And you're like, all right, it's just, whatever. And then the agent comes out, I think earlier today, and basically echoes the same sentiment and basically says, "Yeah, he wants to play for Philly, and I'm going to see what we can do."
I mean, that sounds great. I just don't get it. I don't get why. I mean, I'd love for it to happen, but Toronto's still a good team. They're streaking. They're playing well. He's played there his whole career. He's on an expiring, but like they're competitive. I would think that they would try and get him in. Like, is he still hurt or is he not playing?
He's not really, like, it's weird, man. Like, he's not really in rotation for some stupid reason. Why not? I don't understand him. He's one of the, he's still a highly productive player. I just think he's fallen out of favor with Toronto, and I think he wants out. I think he's had enough.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, if for whatever reason he's fallen out of favor, and He's not doing. I mean, obviously Nick Nurse has coached him for a few years, so it's not like it's a new coaching regime.
Which, by the way, Toronto, the Raptors are in COVID protocol. They've Nick Nurse, the entire team has to carry the entire team is kind of in quarantine right now. So
the Tampa Bay Raptors.
Yeah, dude. I was last week years old when I knew that they were playing in Tampa Bay this year. When the Sixers went to play them, I'm like, wait, why are they playing in Tampa Bay? And I'm like, oh, that's right, because we can't travel to Toronto because 31.
But Tampa Bay is like a pretty far, like that's
It makes sense though, because like if you ever go to Florida, like during the winter, all those motherfuckers from Canada, that's where they come from. They're all coming from Canada. Like, oh yeah, we come here. It's what do they call it?
It's snowbirds.
No, holiday. It's our holiday.
Fucking
holiday. Fucking 4-month old, 4-month long holiday. Motherfuckers.
Bunch of fucking frogs.
But
yeah, so I guess Tampa Bay now a 4-sport town.
What's that?
They're now a 4-sport town.
I guess I guess that's true. I guess that is true, Dave.
It's true.
Yes, it is.
It's Tampa fucking Bay. They don't belong having a hockey team.
No, they do.
Well, yeah,
they don't deserve to have a hockey team.
Yeah, we said that for years.
The Panthers, the Lightning.
You can't have a hockey team if your fucking weather does not go below 30 degrees.
No, I used to say that about Dallas, but I can say this now because they don't have fucking power. So fuck you, Texas.
And if they do, they paid $40,000 for a week's worth of electric.
Two things come from Texas: steers and queers. I don't see any horns.
Bruh. Just toss the panties.
Tossing panties.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And Tampa Bay, we've been through this before. LA and Tampa Bay are two places that are the most fraudulent fans. So there's that.
City of chip bags.
Speaking of fans that don't come to games, they are starting to loosen protocol. Philadelphia, the Sixers, and the Flyers have been given the option to allow fans. Now, there's a caveat with that. New York's going to start opening things, so things are opening up. We're going to start seeing some fans at games here, local. Dan Vargo says Dallas sucks. F Dallas. And he's, and I was talking about the Stars, and I wasn't even thinking about the Cowboys, and he's 100% right. Here's the thing: Wells Fargo Center here in Philly, they're claiming that they cannot allow fans in the stadium right now because they would have to hire or bring back 500 employees.
They just spent millions of dollars on a ventilation system.
Between the seats, between the scoreboard, between the ventilation system, between the renovation upstairs and the mezzanine area, all that stuff. And you can't bring back some people, and it's going to give you. First of all, you don't need to bring back 500 people.
Who's saying they can't bring back people?
The Wells Fargo is saying they can't bring back more people because
they need like 10%.
You need security, you need vendors, you need all that stuff, but you don't need to open up every single vendor.
Right. Then why did you spend $1 million on the upgrades in the fucking and the facility?
Well, that was before COVID, to be fair.
Well, he's talking about ventilations, upgrading ventilations to be able to kind of, as part of the protocol.
Like they made adjustments and arrangements to be able to bring fans in. So you spend money to do that, and you can't hire employees to be able to have fans in there.
And this is for the Flyers and Sixers because I know that the Sixers and Wells Fargo have like this big beef.
David tumultuous relationship. They aren't really getting along right now. Mm-hmm. There's two entities. So I don't know what's going on between the Sixers and Wells Fargo. I mean, the Sixers are looking to build their own place, and I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but it's pretty ugly, and that's not going to help matters. If they say we want fucking fans here, and the Wells Fargo's now.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, why would? First of all, you would have thought that they would have vetted that through. But this is for the Flyers and Sixers that we're talking about that they're saying. But yeah, I mean, I don't get 500 employees for 5,000 fans. 10%, like 500 would be if you opened up in full capacity, wouldn't it?
I mean, I don't know. Like, you figure I mean, you do need security. You need the vendors. You need box office. You need, people to maintain and clean and clean the shitters and shitters, and all that stuff. So, like, you need that. But
somebody's got to scrape the tampons off the ceiling.
Yeah, but you know what? The thing is that you don't need every ticket box open.
No, you do not. No,
you don't. You probably need every entrance open. You don't need security on every aisle. You don't need to open up every bathroom.
You don't need 500 employees. You could do it with 150.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. But that aside,
hey man, if they can get some fans in, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, I probably won't be,
dude,
showing up.
I'm just not ready to do it yet. Like an enclosed space inside, not yet.
I'm not quite ready for that yet either. We get so sidetracked though on this show. We're talking about the Toronto Raptors, Kyle Lowry, and then we go from talking about the Wells Fargo and panties and tampons being thrown on the ceiling. Kyle Lowry would be a great fit for this team. Again, they haven't made a move in season yet where they strengthened where we're like, this is what they need. He would add an edge to this team, a leadership quality, a hard-nosed type of player that can make baskets when you need them.
An isolation type scoring threat that they really don't have, a go-to guy late in the games when it's not just Embiid. Simmons obviously is great, but he's not somebody in a half court that you could count on to score. Jake Milton a little bit, but he's not the complete player that Lowry is yet.
So Lowry would come in with he's got the type of guy that got a little bit of attitude.
Yeah, he's a Philly guy.
Okay.
Nova Philly, attitude. Stood up to Joel a little bit. Kind of like Joel was like a rookie or something.
Him and Ben.
Lowry.
Him and Ben were going at it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dan Vargo chimed in. He said, if they're doing all the COVID shots, why can't they fill the seats?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so
we're wearing a mask for another year. So, there's that.
The answer to that is, are you going to be able to test every person that's gone in to make sure that they had a COVID shot? Is there a way that you can test? Because if you can't test everyone that has a COVID shot.
I mean, if you get a COVID shot, you should have a card.
And first of all,
that proves that you had the shot.
If you get the shot, it doesn't mean you're immune to get it.
No.
So that's the other issue.
They don't really know how long that's going to.
It's 95% chance that you won't get the COVID if you have the shot.
Yeah, but that's only for a certain period of time.
Right. And there's also 5% that you won't get it.
Yeah.
What the reason for the shot is to establish herd immunity.
So it works 60% of the time, 100% of the time.
All the time.
That doesn't even make sense. So I don't know, Mike. Like about Kyle Lowry, what do you think? I like it doesn't make sense.
I mean, I'm on board.
But that aside, like we don't know what Toronto's thinking. Why Nick Nurse isn't putting him in the rotation enough? Why this isn't happening? I don't give a shit. If Kyle Lowry becomes a 76er, personally, I'm all for it. So
what are you giving up?
I'm Nick the Nurse.
Nick the Nurse. That's the question. So apparently the Raptors are looking at, obviously draft picks or for some reason, veteran players with expiring contracts.
Obviously they want an expiring, even though Lowry has an expiring contract, they want an expiring contract so that they can retool to build up for next year to go after something
So Danny Green was signed for what? How many years here?
I think I think he's expiring.
Well, guess what? That's my piece.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously he's the expiring contract, and that means that Lowry's going to start.
Yes, I would 100%. I think that's a huge Danny Green to me has been a little bit of a disappointment.
Yeah, I agree.
But right now the Sixers are losing Tobias Harris for a little while. Hopefully not.
Have they said? I haven't read about that today.
So no structural damage. So Tobias Harris fell hard in last night's game.
I didn't even see it fall.
a severe knee contusion.
Yeah, so it's a bone bruise. He might be out for a week or two. I mean, really, till bone bruises suck.
Yeah.
It could be up to 21.
I remember one time a girl bit my cock, and it hurt a little while.
Mm-hmm.
It took a little bit of time to pee straight.
So was your cock out of commission?
No, it was just a little.
You were able to fuck the next night if you had to, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
All right.
A little bit of Ben Gay. He took me inside, and that was. And then there was some Ben Gay involved. Anyway,
I got cancer.
So with him,
cancer to prick. You believe that?
Cancer to prick.
Cancer to prick.
So with that, it's with Tobias being out, you got to hope that a guy like Danny Green can step up. So here's this could be his last chance. Really, but he's disappointment this year. I don't know how you feel, but he's.
No, I agree. He hasn't been maybe he's trying to save something for the playoffs, but he hasn't been the defensive stalwart. I know that he hasn't. He's older, but I expected him to. I see him jack up a lot of threes and miss a lot of threes. I just haven't been impressed. I like Curry a little bit more, and I give Curry a little bit more leeway because Curry's, first of all, younger. Second of all, he's coming back from COVID, and I think that at this point in his career, Curry has a little bit more to his game. He can drive and score. He can spot up and shoot.
Curry to me has been way better than expected.
He had the the middle of the season after he got COVID, or not middle, but he had a stretch of about 3 weeks. But now he seems like he's coming back into his own a little bit.
And he's young, right?
He's pretty young, yeah.
I like Curry a lot, man. I think he's completely went above and beyond.
You know what the funny thing is he
over the line.
He went over the line. Seth Curry went over the line.
Josh Richardson was not as advertised. He wasn't as good as advertised. For us to be able to get rid of him,
sweet Jesus,
and
over the line
to get Seth back in that deal was ends up. It looks like a steal right now.
Yeah, and Richardson, we played against him last night.
He didn't look all that good.
He's averaging like 12 a game.
That's
that's not what you thought you were getting when he was averaging 19 or 20 a game with the Heat,
right?
Before we got him, and so he's definitely dropped off the game. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
No, I'm on board with getting Lowry. I think that you can insert him in the starting lineup. I think that it's a move that's going to.
Come on.
All right, I'll do one with you.
One shot.
Fuck.
All right.
Fine.
All right. Well, Gary, you got to hold the show while we get our drinks ready.
I got you. I got
ready.
it all covered.
I'm ready. I got mine here. All right. Oh, hold on.
There it is. Dang, that's a big ass bottle.
If I'm going to do it, I got to do it in the right cup, right?
Holy shit.
Yeah, but I'm not doing the whole thing, dude. That's not a shot glaze, dude. That's a
I was going to say, don't fill that. You got shit to do in the morning.
Yeah.
Look at this fucking thing.
All right. Dude, that's a shooter, dude. That's not a shooter.
Yeah.
That's a shooter. What the fuck?
That was a Christmas present from Chrissy. I'm using it. I don't care.
Did you drink that?
That's the third one right there, Sean.
Oh, dude.
All right, you know what? I'm doing this.
Shooter McGavin, baby.
Shooter McGavin. All right.
There you go.
Oh, you fuck.
I'm doing this instead.
All right. Cheers, guys.
Yo, you got to post Mark's thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, that's so smooth, though.
Here comes the shit show.
All right. So Ben Simmons is an all-star.
Third year in a row.
Ben Simmons, 30 year in a row. Yep, absolutely. He was elected as one of the reserves to the team. So it's Embiid and Simmons. Do you really think Tobias got snuffed looking at the Eastern Conference team?
I haven't read it. I haven't looked at it. From what I heard, he was right on the crest.
Yeah, I look at some of the other guys that were chosen. I'm like, man, like who do I take him over and all that stuff.
Who's Julius Randle playing for now?
He's with he's not with the Grizzlies. Or the Grizzlies. Jesus Christ. I did that again. The fucking Grizzlies. Didn't I do that a couple weeks ago?
Grizzlies.
The
Hornets?
The Hornets. No, New Orleans. The Pelicans?
The Pelicans? Oh, he's with the Pelicans?
Fucking Pelicans.
No, isn't the Pelicans in the West?
Who names their team the
Yeah,
fucking
no,
Pelicans?
Julius Randle is with I'm not even close.
He's fucking Pelicans.
He's with the Knicks.
That's just fucking Pelicans.
They're close to the Pelicans.
So
who names their team the fucking Pelicans?
I don't know. Is there a lot of Pelicans in New Orleans?
What the fuck? That's worse than a jizz.
The Jizz?
What a fucking jitbag.
The person who named that's who he is. I don't know if you saw Dan's question on there, by the way. Before we get into it, do you think they'll trade Simmons?
No.
Dan, absolutely not. No, Simmons isn't going anywhere. And I think
I don't even know if at this point, I'm not even sure I trade him for Bradley Beal.
I heard a thing.
Maybe straight up, but
I heard a thing on the radio today about Ben Simmons. Everybody's expecting more from him. He's doing what he has to do. He's a point guard. And that's what he's doing as a point guard. And he's doing it exceptional.
I had a conversation with someone today about this. Would you like to see him shoot more jump shots? Yeah, of course you would. However, they're winning. And he's doing so much on the floor. And we talked about this a couple weeks ago.
He shut down Luka.
Yeah, they're 0-5 when he doesn't play.
Right.
And yeah, he shut down Luka Doncic, whatever fucking say his name. But yeah, I mean, who's one of the top players in the league? I mean, he did a great job on him, and he's so confident right now too. That's the thing that's crazy with Ben right now. He's super confident. He's sitting after the game last night. He goes, you know what? 1 through 5.
Best player, yeah.
1 through 5.
I can defend 1 through 5. I think I'm the best defender in the league.
And he's probably the only guy who can defend 1 through. Well, LeBron.
Do you think LeBron could cover a center? Probably.
I think. Oh yeah. I mean, he's definitely big enough. I mean,
he doesn't have the height that.
No,
I mean, he's got a couple inches.
I'm trying to think. Like, if Anthony Davis was on another team, would he? With Embiid, would he be able to defend against Embiid? I think Ben. I would take Ben's chance. The chances of Ben over.
Ben might be a better defender right now than LeBron.
I don't know if there's any argument with that. And he was so confident about it. Put me against anyone 1 through 5, and I don't. He's shut down everybody. Last year, I don't even remember the stat. Last year, he faced the most All-Stars, and he had the biggest success rate against those players.
Yeah, I mean, he was first team All Defense last year, right?
Yes,
so,
and we all remember when he came out. I'll never.
Enough with the fucking basketball.
I'll never. You know what, Gary? You know what, Gary?
Yeah, mute his mic. We're like you did his brother last week.
We're almost done. Yeah. Oh, dude. Mark hit me up. He goes, "That's got to be on the best of." That was one of the funniest moments ever. So if you missed it last week, Ryan was trying to make a point. I just cut him out. I kicked him off the show.
No, you kicked him out. You said enough of that.
I had
it took too long to make his point.
Yeah, he said he was leaving 10 minutes ago. So gone. Meanwhile, we're a bunch of stuttering fucks here on the show.
I was happy to see him go.
I'll go home and get your fucking shine box.
Yeah, we started after that.
We were like, see ya. Yeah, it was that. He goes, I don't know what happened. I'm like, we do. We kicked you. Yeah. Oh, fuck you then. Well, you gonna leave now?
Yeah, keep him here.
Oh shit, that was funny as hell. Fuck, I forget.
So Ben's an all-star. Ben might be the defensive player of the year. Embiid's starting again this year, obviously. Tobias was kind of, if Tobias is on a,
let me get a better.
Sure, if Tobias is on the Knicks, does he put up Julius Randle or even better numbers? He's playing third. Like when you're producing the third best on the top team, is that better than? Is that more meaningful than padding stats on a bad team? Like last game that against Dallas, The stats don't look great for Simmons or for Embiid. They sat the whole fourth quarter. They only played 3/4 of the game.
Right.
They still put up decent stats.
And they still put up yeah, absolutely. They still put up great stats. I don't know, man. I agree with you. Man, I'm excited, dude. I think I'll be more excited if they because they need that extra piece. They need that extra piece. We've talked about it for weeks.
Yeah.
You get that other man bench. It doesn't even have to be a bench spot. It could be a guy you could plug in your starting lineup and someone who's starting now can. I mean, I don't care if Danny Green takes the bench. I don't give a shit. But I think Danny Green will be the guy that's going to move if there's going to be a trade for a guy that's.
It's got to have a spine. I mean,
and I'm okay with it.
We never answered that. So, I mean, you give up like Danny Green and the first round pick, Danny Green and Tyrese Maxey, or.
Oh, man, I don't know if I can.
You know what? What has Maxey done, though?
I know, but the same thing happened with Thibault last year. Thibault's second half of the year faded away.
Yeah, but Thibault, but I mean, Maxey, it's not the second half of the year. Maxey had like a week where he was good, and he hasn't really been that good since.
Better than that. I mean, for the first month of the season, Maxey was playing a pretty decent clip. Shake Milton came on big time. I think that kind of took the playing time away from Maxey. Maxey kind of went out of rotation.
Right.
I mean, Shake's
Shake.
But the thing is that like
player, man.
I think that Maxey's more replaceable than Thibault.
Uncle J Fox.
Because Maxey's a scorer. He's it's a little bit of a scorer, and
I love his game though, man. I love it, and he's but he's a rookie and he's streaky, and like you drafted him, and you hear John Calipari just rave about him, how the Sixers are getting such a great player out of him.
Yeah, I hope so, but I mean, you got to give up something to get Lowry.
Yeah,
Maxey Priest.
So I mean, you give up a first round pick. I mean, you're not giving up
you.
You're not giving up Milton. You're not giving up Thibault.
I tell you what, yeah, you know what? You might have a point. If it's Danny, so are you giving up Maxey, Danny Green, and a first rounder? That seems like a
but
for a guy, you should have leverage because he's not re-signing with Toronto, and everybody knows that, and his leverage you have leverage on him. So I don't think you have to give up that much.
I think the first round pick's almost a throwaway though. The first round pick's going to be late 20s.
That's true too.
All right,
the young player, a veteran, and a late first round pick. You know what? If he gives you a chance to get in a championship, if you're playing in the NBA Finals, maybe it's worth it.
Yeah,
maybe it's worth it.
You haven't mortgaged your entire future. You're not killing your future. It's not,
That's true. All right, you guys ready for a little while you were drunk?
Let's do it.
All right. But before we do that, While You Were Drunk is brought to you by BiteLabs.org. BiteLabs.org is a website that allows you to use celebrity cells to create meat. So you can take James Franco's blood cells and create a very smooth tasting salami.
Cut the fat like Rosie O'Donnell.
I didn't know we got another sponsor.
You fat bitch! You fat bitch!
You can, for once, give Ellen DeGeneres some meat.
Oh. Brittany Squeals. Pork bacon.
No. So that's actually a part of Why You Were Drunk.
I am not drunk, man. You're trying to make me drunk.
It's time to catch up on some things you may have missed.
Do you think a
I
six?
got these here cheeseburgers.
While you were drunk.
I'm drunk and I love cats. What more do you need to know?
So there's a website called BiteLabs.org that's out there. I had no fucking idea about this. So I was apparently drunk while this has happened. And it's been around for like 5 years. We don't know if it's satire or not, but there's a website that claims that they take celebrities' cells and create meat out of it. It's fucking disgusting. So I'm really hoping it's fake.
How do they get the cells from the celebrities?
Out of a fucking used condom.
Oh, Jesus. You know what? Speaking of a condom, have you ever tried Mount Doom? Do you know what Mount Doom is? You rub a little Tabasco sauce on the outside of the condom, then you stick it in her ass and melt her ring.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Try tonight.
Let me call the old lady.
Try tonight. So, fuck. So I wanted to.
Gary's not on the show next week. What happened? His jaw's wired shut.
I just got a text.
Gary's dead and buried under the pool.
Man. I just got a text. I'm done. Benny's wife is out. So Kevin Mather resigned this week. Seattle Mariners GM.
What did he do?
He made some disparaging comments about some players on his team, including Hashashi Akawama.
Somebody had to cut the grass. I'm just saying.
Sounds like a Japanese guy. I don't know why you're going cut the grass. But anyway.
Yeah. He basically said he's a wonderful human. So this was at a function last week. The story came out. Wonderful human. Hold on, we got a few things here. Wow, you guys are fucked up. Not off from the speechless, but yeah, we got this one. That was great. Yeah, we lost. Apparently, lost the listener as well.
Oh well.
So he basically said about this guy, he was a wonderful human being. His English was terrible. He wanted to get back into the game, came to us. Quite frankly, wanted him as an Asian scout and interpreter. What's going on with the Japanese league? He's come to spring training. And I'm going to say, well, I'm tired of paying his interpreter. So when he was a player, we'd have to pay the player X. But when we had to pay $75,000 a year to his interpreter, his English all of a sudden got better. His English was better when we told him that.
Yeah, that's what happens when you sniff Godzilla's asshole.
The fuck?
Oh, it stinks.
So that's
there's your shit show, Mr. Polsky.
So there was a lot of stories like that, or a lot of quotes like that. There was another one where he was very similar, where he was talking about another player and basically said the same thing. Basically, like, all of a sudden, these guys come here, they don't speak English, but all of a sudden you hand them money and they can speak better. It's like, dude, you can't say that.
Whether it's right or wrong, it's not politically correct in today's world. You can't do that.
No,
not when you're the GM.
No,
GM or not, Mike, you just can't do that. It's wrong.
Well, yeah, I mean, I agree, but I mean, again, when you're the GM, it's really bad. Like, you're paying the guy. You're the one that's handing them the paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of politically correct,
or the barrel of fucking tamales.
Mr. Potato Head is no longer Mr. Potato Head. While you were drunk, guys, Mr. Potato Head surname has been taken away, as has Mrs. Potato Head. It's now
talk about a long time pig.
Potato Head. I've had a Mr. Fistplate with my wife. No, now we
Mrs. Potato Head. She's a whore
from
way back.
Like there's the
she's a whore from
non-gender
the 70s.
Specific that has guys like clothes and stuff, and then non-gender specific that has girls, and they're both potato. Like, how do you decipher between the two anymore? If you're
apparently the mustache on Mr. Potato Head was a no. Like, you can't do that anymore. You got to take it off. There's no more mustaches. There's no more any of this shit. No, actually, what they're doing is they're creating a potato head.
Who cares if you fill her belly button with your children?
So you don't have like the lipstick one either.
So no. So that's the thing. I think they're including everything together as one potato head.
Okay.
They're not doing Mr. or Mrs.
All right.
Right.
I guess that's fine.
Okay. Right. I agree.
That's not the way it is.
I agree. But what about Mr. Coffee?
Yeah.
I don't drink fucking coffee. I don't need to tell you how good my fucking coffee is. I'm not the one who buys the coffee. My wife buys it. No, but I'm worried about the in the garage.
The motherfucker in the garage, yeah.
It's the motherfucker in the garage.
There ain't nothing like a good cup of coffee, man.
No, that's true. Thank you, Mr. Wolf. It is a good cup of coffee. um,
That's not nice, Sean.
no, it's no.
I know a lot of potato heads.
Yeah, there's a lot of potato heads. Dave Peterson also said, "My childhood is ruined. What are they going to call? What are they going to call it? Potato head? That's what they're calling it. Potato head." So they're including both. Okay, that's fine. You want to get rid
so
of
even now, potato head's not generally correct.
So we didn't call Mr. Coffee. Coffee? Like
I don't give a fuck as long as it's in my cup.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah,
come on.
I get it. Like you need to change everything.
I think that's my thing. Like I've been I might be more liberal minded than I know. I'm definitely more liberal minded than Gary.
This is bullshit.
And I think even Mike's more.
Come on.
Yeah, I might like. Yeah, you might be more liberal than me. Yeah,
but
if my coffee's brewing, it helps me wake up a half hour later. Who gives a fuck whether it's Mr. or Mrs. Coffee? I don't.
Yeah,
care.
but you know what? At the same time, are we changing Mrs. Jemima to just Jemima?
No, it's Aunt Jemima. You're thinking Mrs.
Aunt
Butterworth.
Jemima. Okay. Well, Aunt Jemima is the same thing, though.
No,
she's already Mrs. Butterworth. Aunt Jemima.
Aunt Jemima is a different.
Well, Aunt Jemima is a different story. There's the
she's already at the unemployment.
Historic.
Yeah, Aunt Jemima is already gone. No, there was a backstory to Aunt Jemima. So I kind of get
right the backstory. But what about Mrs. Butterworth?
But Mrs. Butterworth, we need to do cut off her tits and say Butterworth syrup. Dude, there's like a quarter ounce of fucking syrup that hangs in her titties. You're gonna get rid of those titties? You might as well lower the price of that syrup.
Who is she to say she's worth butter?
Apparently not.
Oh yeah, fuck her too.
You got it all over my fucking right in the pussy.
Look again, though. You're cutting off a fucking half ounce of fucking syrup out of her titties.
I just want my coffee. That's all.
And that big ass booty she's got. You're gonna cut that out too? You're gonna call her Butterworth flapjack syrup? Flapjack fucking ass and titties?
If it's pink inside, I'm hitting it.
But it's not. It's a glass bottle.
I'm still fucking. I'm still fucking it.
I gotta tell you guys,
my children gotta go somewhere. Look at Mike holding his head.
We are.
You're gonna use it like you're gonna have some waffles with it afterwards too.
I gotta be honest, guys. We are in February. Not even through February. We have
studio.
We have more best of material than I think I had through the first 6 months of last year.
Really?
I got a half a page of shit. It's ridiculous.
That's what does it.
And I got one more. And this one I figured I'd save for last because it's going to take the longest.
I am not drunk, man. You trying to make?
Well, I don't know, Tiger. I don't know, Tiger Woods. Were you? I don't know. So Tiger Woods was in a one-car accident. The car flipped over
multiple times, right?
I'll say, yeah. It and they needed the jaws of life to get him out of the truck.
Last time he was in an accident that bad, he was getting chased by his ex-wife with a golf club.
It wasn't that right. So immediately, and I'm just going to say this.
Tiger Wood, if he could.
The first thing I thought of was he just had a back surgery. Again, his 5th back surgery. So, oh no. Was he on painkillers again? But then you hear that the area where he got the accident in is a highly dangerous area, highly dangerous area where accidents occur, and there was no skid marks, there was nothing. And also,
I don't feel sorry for him. I don't feel sorry for anybody that makes $1 million. Fuck them,
dude. Come on, man.
I just don't feel sorry for them.
Why? Because they're. I disagree with that, dude. They're still a human being, man. I don't mean to get deep here, but like I disagree with that, dude. If fucking Nick Foles died tomorrow, would you feel bad?
Oh, come on,
Gary's drunk.
Bruh. I mean, what the fuck?
All right,
that shot did him in. We knew it was gonna happen.
I'm gonna do another one.
I'm missing these fucking. Hold on, before you continue. There's so many things here. Life mission to carry on a Sharpie and paint a stash on every potato head. He also said, I don't handle shots well, so I guess he's drinking. And then he also said, talk about throwing Tiger under the bus. Now, I'm not throwing Tiger on the bus, so that's what I'm trying to get at. You also heard it happened early in the morning.
Well, wait a minute.
Like 4 in the morning.
Wait a minute. If this is the regular individual, your neighbor 3 doors up, and your neighbor does the same thing. That's not news. This is only news because it's Tiger Woods.
I don't even know what the news is. He hasn't even told the damn story yet to figure out what the news is.
Well,
that car looked bad, Mike.
No, it was pretty. It was bad.
It's
Dude.
bad.
He's in bad shape. I mean, he's in really bad shape right now. I don't think he plays again. I mean, they basically had to fuse his leg together.
They had to cut him out of the car.
Yeah, they had to take pieces and like fuse it together to put a leg back together. Both his legs are completely broken, and his one ankle is completely shattered.
Well, I didn't realize he was in that bad of shape.
It's his right ankle too, which is his power. His power ankle. I don't think he plays again. I guess the 18 majors, like Ryan said right off the bat, I guess he's not reaching 18 majors.
Yeah,
and he might not. And
that's so crazy. I mean, he was such a shoo-in for it. But anyway.
Yeah. So the other thing too is that it was early in the morning. It was like 4 in the morning. So people were like,
"Why is he out at 4 in the morning?"
Right. Well, apparently, and immediately.
Yeah, he's popping Percocets.
I can't. I'm just gonna put it up there. You guys can read it if you want. Fucking Peterson with the fucking oh shit.
Wheel of Woods.
Fucking what the fuck? Fuck this fucking butts.
That there's a wheel of fortune, I'll tell you what.
Over the line.
What a spirit of our show.
So he was actually, I was thinking, oh fuck, all night bender, whatever. No, he was actually heading to a shoot at a club. He was actually
at 4 o'clock in the fucking morning.
It was an early shoot, I guess. I don't know.
He was meeting up with a couple of baseball players. I forget who it was.
Yeah, it was an event. It was a filming of something. They were doing some kind of thing. So yeah, so there was enough alibis to say, yeah, we were filming early and we were setting up and all this stuff. So
what the hell happened then?
Some kind of function or something. So I mean, who knows? Maybe he's just waking up. I don't know.
Maybe he fell asleep at the wheel or something.
Yeah. So I saw all the memes. Fucking. What's his face? Forrest Gump with the legs and. Here's your new legs and all that shit and all this. But the truth of the matter is, man,
I can't dance.
And it's ironic because I did want to talk about the Tiger Woods documentary.
I haven't seen it yet.
All right, so we're gonna save that.
It's called Tiger, right?
It's called Tiger. I'm just gonna say this.
Wow.
The reason why I came to the assumptions I did is because I watched that documentary about 2 weeks ago and I didn't realize how fucked up things were.
Did he have a substance abuse problem?
Yes, he did. Yeah. Jesus Christ, man. Dave. Gary, read it.
I love this guy.
Read it.
This guy. Paint his chair green and push him down a fairway. See if it hits the green. Talk about smashing in the rough.
Oh fuck! All right.
I don't want to laugh.
Man.
That's fucking great. That comment makes the entire show. That's the name of the show. Smashed in the Green.
See, we should have did this earlier before Gary got ripped.
Oh man! All right, Flyers.
I like it.
Don't forget, we got we still got this too.
Oh yeah, we got it. We got it. So real quick, those who watched the Flyers last week, last Sunday, that the game wasn't fun, but Lake Tahoe, playing in Lake Tahoe, that was pretty amazing, man. That was a fun game to watch. That environment, seeing the people kind of in the boat and watching the game and anchored down and hanging out and blowing the horn when someone scored a goal. That was a lot of fun. That was a great environment. It's a shame that the Flyers were shorthanded, severely shorthanded.
But there's become a concern coming out of that sort of.
Gary, very much so. And
there's our beloved goaltender Carter Hart. I mean, what is going on? Is there a reason for concern? Is there a reason for worry? Well,
yeah, but they have a record that's above 500, and they have the second most shots against in the league.
They only have 4 losses. They're like 9-4-3 or something like that.
That's 7 losses. I hate that 4 losses bullshit. You lose in overtime, it's a loss.
They're 9-4-3, Michael.
Right,
it's 7 losses. The overtime losses count.
It's the goals that he's letting in. That's what bothers me.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, they're giving up more shots than anybody else, and they
are getting peppered with shots. You're right, Mike.
So and they don't even and they have the least amount of shots in the league. And again, they're still like so. I haven't watched the games as intently as you guys have, but
you just ain't had time,
right? Is he letting up only soft goals and making spectacular saves? I mean, he's obviously doing something right in some of them. I'm just wondering. I
mean, there's goals that should be made. There's saves that should be made, Mike, that aren't.
Right.
And then there's goals that, how the fuck did he make that save? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's concern. Am I worried? No, because I feel the kid will get back to form. Right. And with the COVID protocol, he's been shorthanded, but that's not an excuse. He has to step up. He has to be the guy that says, I don't care what's going on with the team. I don't care what's going on around me. I have to make that save.
No, but to Mike's point, I mean, he's 100% right. When you're allowing a lot, look, percentages, just play the percentage game. When you're facing more shots, you're going to give up more goals. I mean, it's basic science, and we're going to get to science in a little bit. It's basic
like
science. And, who doesn't? Especially the anti-vaxxers don't like science.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Freaks.
As long as it ain't science, fucking what? Tiger Woods. We don't want no science in Tiger Woods' car.
Okay. I didn't say signs. Turn right. Let's ignore those. Let's just go right through them.
He turned left when he thought it said turn right.
It's true.
Has GPS tried to kill him?
Yeah, don't that chipbag know what yield means?
Oh, man. But no, I'm not concerned. Look, he's 20. Hey, this sounds a lot, like a player that we used to talk about a couple years ago. He's 22 years old.
The same thing happened with Bob Broski. And what did they do to him?
Ben Simmons. I'm thinking of Ben Simmons. Like, everyone trashed Ben Simmons. He was 22. He's still young.
Yeah.
Carter Hart is 22 years old.
I agree with you, Sean. But when you're a goaltender, if there's a problem and you're losing and you're struggling, who's getting the blame? Your goaltender.
It's a combination of things, dude. They're and I agree that's true.
They need defensive help.
Absolutely.
To me, it seems like them losing. What was it? Niskanen, yeah. I always get Sanheim and Niskanen mixed up.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. They had 6 of their starters were out too, Mike.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking like their defensive problems have been going on well before the COVID thing. They need defensive help. They haven't been able to replace Niskanen, and they need at least one defenseman.
Right. I agree.
Mm-hmm. The signing of the guy is kind of lived up to
Gustafsson. Yeah.
Gustafsson's lived up to what he's he's basically a clone of Ghost Beer.
I love that guy, Gustafson.
Well, I'm sure that he's good on the power play.
He's great on the power
play, but he's not the best defensive defenseman.
No, he gives up a lot of fucking he gives shit up. You know what I mean? he causes a lot of turnovers.
Oh, this is great.
But on the power play, the guy is solid.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I'm not. Look,
I'm fucking ripped.
Yeah,
we could tell. That shot to Jim. We should have talked Flyers earlier so that Gary could be.
No, I agree, man. I'm not worried about it though. I'm not worried about Carter Hart. I think he's gonna be fine. I think everything's, I think he's just going through it. He's got a tough crowd around him. Although the one thing though, you're kind of not seeing this with
Elliott.
Yeah, you're not seeing it with Elliott as much. Elliott's kind of doing okay. So there are things, at some point I want to get Jason Martinez back on with us again soon.
My concern here, Sean, is it's a shortened season. It's less games projected to play, and you losses. You got to be careful with your losses because if your losses start.
You can't.
It's going to hurt.
You have a very small window. There's only 4 teams out of that division to make it, right? And the way that the divisions are set up, it's 4 teams and that's it.
Right.
There's no competing against the other divisions to see the top 8. It's your division. That's it. So
in the month of March, that's key for the Flyers. The month of March is going to determine what they're going to be able to do.
I tell you what, if AV sees that this continues,
he's going to pull him.
Yeah, and Elliott's going to be the guy because the bottom line is you got to make the playoffs.
Yes,
and man, I don't want to see that happen to the kid. Dude, we've had enough turmoil in this city with our young talent. I can't do it,
especially goaltending.
Yep. I just think I'm not worried about it. I'm just not. So I was going to say I want to have Martinez on at some point soon because I want to talk to him about Carter Hart's position because to me, I see Carter doing a lot of crouching, a lot more than I ever saw him do before. He's ducking down a lot more. And it's almost like, is he like anticipating something that's not happened? Does he not trust his defense? So maybe next week, maybe I'll work on seeing if I can get Jason on. So I want to talk about it with him.
He's over evaluating the goal percentage, the save percentage. That's what I think he's doing.
I don't think he gives a fuck about numbers. I think the only number he cares about is the goals he gives. No, he doesn't. The only number he cares about is how many goals. He doesn't give a fuck about his save percentage. I think he cares about how many goals he lets in. Hey, shit, we got 3 goals. I better not let more in than that.
That's part of your percentage, Sean.
He doesn't care about save percentage.
Okay, next.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
He doesn't give a fuck. Who cares? Dude, none of these fucking players give a fuck about this, man. All right, so let's do some popcorn, and then we're gonna do something else to wrap up the show tonight. So it should be pretty fun. All right, top 10 movies of 1976. 10, 9, 8, 7, 5,
10, 9, 76.
Right. Number 10 in 1976.
I thought I did 76.
No, you did 75. Trust me.
Hey, fuck, Mike. Pay attention.
Midway. Midway.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Silver Streak made $51.1 million. That's a lot of money back in 76. I'm disappointed because I haven't heard from Mark because he would have loved this list. I actually just watched this the other night. The Bad News Bears. The original Bad News Bears with Tatum O'Neal. $42.3 million.
Who was their coach?
That was Walter Matthau.
Yes.
Yeah. That was a good movie, man. The original Bad News Bears is great. Dude, this is a great list. Carrie. The horror movie, Carrie.
Nice. What's that, 7?
Yeah.
That's 7. $33.8 million.
Damn, rate that much?
What was her name?
Carrie Fisher.
No, it's Sissy SpaceX.
Sissy SpaceX.
Yeah, that was her, right?
Yeah. Talk about a bloody pig.
Well, literally.
She was a fucking animal.
Bitch! You fat bitch!
All the President's Men, number 6. You know,
Damn.
70.6 minutes. Dude, this is a great list.
Damn.
A movie that was remade. And actually, I never saw the original. I heard it was pretty good because of the cast that was in it. The remake was fantastic. A Star is Born. Born. Yeah.
So you didn't see the one with Lady Gaga and fucking?
No. I saw the remake. I didn't see the original.
It's very good, man. That's fucking Chris Christopherson. And
Yeah, that's who it was.
Yeah. What the fuck's that animal's name? I can't think of her name.
That animal.
Anyway, Chris Christopherson was in it.
What
Right.
a fucking jitbag.
Well, if you've seen the remake, watch the original.
Fuck. All right, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Number 4,
Fucking animal.
Robert De Niro. Hold on. Are you talking to me?
I'm talking.
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to you.
Jodie Foster, Robert De Niro. Hello?
Taxi Driver?
Yeah, there you go. Taxi Driver.
Fuck, dude.
I got to be honest.
Wow.
It's really not a good movie. It's really not. It's not a good movie. It's really. It's boring.
It's
It's a psychological movie. It's dated. It's not very good. I got to be honest. It's well acted. You see, the life of a taxi driver and how he unravels. And the last 10 minutes is the best part of the movie. It's like a fucking basketball game.
Yeah, it's a slow burn.
It's a very slow burn. It's you know what? I got nothing better to do. It's raining out. I'll watch Taxi Driver. Maybe that's an unpopular opinion. I think it's overrated. Number 3. So there was one horror movie. Tate Peterson said, "Well, got Reagan shot."
I thought that was a Catcher in the Rye.
No, that's John Lennon. Same year, I think. Right, same year.
Yeah.
This movie made $60.9 million. 60.9. The Omen was number 3.
Wow.
Number 2, it was supposed to be the rehash of a series, the rehash of a thing, and it did pretty well because there was actually a remake in the late 80s, a direct sequel to King Kong. King Kong was number 2.
Interesting.
Who starred in it?
I'm trying to shit. Who was in the 76? I have to look it up. Who was in the 76?
Wasn't that Faye Dunaway?
No. You're thinking of Fay Ray.
Fay Ray.
Right? Fay Ray was in the 1933.
Back that far?
Yeah, 1933 was Fay Ray.
Holy shit!
1976 King Kong. Let's see. People you know, it's Jessica
1976. Mike King,
Jeff Bridges, and Jessica Lange.
King
Jessica Lange, isn't she the one that's in all the American Horror Story now?
Yes, and wasn't she the one that was in Driving Miss Daisy? I think that was her too, right?
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am, Mrs. Daisy, ma'am.
Any guesses on number 1? 1976.
Blowout.
Nope.
76.
Wow, this was as soon as I knew I was doing 76, I knew what number 1 was. I'm bicentennial year. Think about the city we're in. Oh man, you guys are disappointing me. There it is, Dave.
Oh shit!
You guys fucking let me down.
Fucking
Rocky.
Wow.
Was number 1.
God damn it.
76.
I need a beer.
Before I had the year, I was like, oh, I know it's gonna be on the top 10. I didn't know it was gonna be number 1.
You dare say anything negative about that?
I don't have anything negative to say. I haven't already said it's a fucking fake. All right.
No, it's I'm getting
no, I'll say this. The first Rocky was a good movie. The first Rocky is a great movie. It's a lot of fun. It's the underdog story. It's just blown out.
Low budget.
where every fucking time is Philadelphia's on the national fucking stage, it's fucking Rocky. The fucking fake ass fucking. Come on, the fuck out of here with that. Do you think every time there are games in Tampa Bay, they're talking about Hulk Hogan because he lives there? I mean, shut the fuck up with this shit. Enough. All right, so honorable mentions. There aren't many. Marathon Man. You got the Outlaw, Josie Wales. You got Gator. You got the Pink Panther Strikes Again because you had Pink Panther last.
Yeah.
All Day Afternoon stuck around.
Mm-hmm.
Silent Movie. That's basically it. That's your list. So, but I tell you what, I
still haven't seen Dog Day Afternoon. I still got to see that.
Yeah, you got to see it. So I gotta be honest. All right, so Dave said this though. The first Rocky painted Philly in a different light.
How you doing?
And I tell you what, for coming out late in the year and becoming the top movie, came out in November, came out Thanksgiving weekend of that year. That's impressive. That's very impressive for a movie to rank number one in November.
Yep.
I forgot what I was gonna say, but the top 10. The top 10. I think that was the best top 10 we've had so far doing the Corner Pop Popcorn.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
that's a pretty solid top 10.
Yeah. So
a lot that I heard
of. We got one more segment, and Mike's got a list here, and maybe you should tell the people.
So this is the most hated bands of all time according to science. So I'll read kind of what they said about it. It says, ask anyone what band they think is the most hated. 99% of them will say the name of the top band on the list. Mm-hmm. Now ask them to make a list of the top 10 most hated bands. Makes them a little more interesting, doesn't it? Well, one website used science and math to determine the most hated bands of all time. They created an algorithm based on the things like the most hated list, message board, and articles, and came up with the top or bottom 21.
So this is the top or bottom 21 most hated bands according to science, algorithms, polls, all kinds of shit.
Yep. So somebody went through all kinds of stuff to figure this out.
This is going to be interesting.
Yeah. So I guess you could say that these aren't going to be like bands that you haven't heard of. There isn't any pop bands in here. It's mainly kind of like more of a rock and roll type thing.
Okay.
All right. So we'll start out with Linkin Park.
See, I'm going to tell you right now. I know that a band.
Nobody else did it.
I know that a band that I know and love is going to be on this list. I already know they are because it is what it is. But Linkin Park 21?
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I know that Linkin Park's known as the rich kids, you know, a little bit of a whiny voice, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
That's some bullshit. Nah. I mean, I get it. I'm not surprised. I can't say I'm surprised about any of this, but, you know, Linkin Park? Okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little surprised. The next one I think you'll agree with. I mean, I like them. They're catchy, but I don't really know why they're on the list. I didn't think that they were popular enough or really kind of like relevant enough to be on it. The Spin Doctors.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember when they played the parking lot at BJ's and all memberships.
Yeah.
It was them in 3 days with the Third Eye Blind.
Third Eye Blind, yeah. So I guess this next one may make sense in just oversaturated, overplayed. Nirvana.
I see it. Okay. I think. Okay, so I get what this list is based off of, right? It's algorithms, is all this shit, right? The majority of the people who are creating this environment are people who weren't alive during the grunge era.
I mean, I guess I don't.
Like they changed, and there's. Can you just say yes or no? Are the Beatles on this list?
They are not.
Okay, because a lot of people,
I would have thought that too, because they're the most oversaturated.
People were like, "Oh, they're fucking." fuck the Beatles because you didn't know what they were like when they were coming around, and that fucking bothers me so much. Like, how dare you disrespect the band?
There isn't too many. There isn't too many from that era. There's a couple, but there isn't too many from that particular era.
People hate the Foo Fighters and Dave Grohl. I'm like, how can you say I hate them? Like, they're overplayed. Okay, they're overplayed. Fine. So is Zeppelin. So is fucking Pink Floyd. They're all overplayed too. But how can you say you hate them?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe they don't think his voice. Maybe the musical. They didn't have. They weren't the most intricate band. They were simpler riffs. I guess
was simple. Yeah, they were, but they were so. I don't know, man. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I love them. Like I said, I knew that this was going to build up some things. It's a shame that Ryan's not here because I know Ryan would have a lot of input on these two. The next on the list is Rush.
Fuck Ryan. How about
Rush?
that?
I actually understand because Rush is a musician's band. Rush is a band that you have to. Dave said, "Well, Nirvana did record a song called Rape Me." Kind of goes with the theme tonight. Rush, I can kind of understand. Rush is a musician's band, and a lot of people just can't sit through 10 minutes of that.
Yeah, the prog rock, the whole kind of long.
Look, I didn't like Geddy Lee's voice, but I appreciated the musicianship of that band.
That's kind of what I was wondering. I wondered, if Geddy Lee's voice kind of threw some people off.
Yeah.
It's another one that's going to hit a nerve. Number 17's Pearl Jam.
Yeah, and I think it's the same. I think it's the same thing that people were just. It's an oversaturation thing. Dave Peterson says Neil Peart was the greatest drummer. I'm not going to argue with that.
I love Neil Peart.
Peart was a fantastic drummer.
I'm wondering if it's Eddie Vedder's voice. A lot of people don't like Eddie Vedder's voice. Maybe there's a little bit of pretentiousness. I don't know if the Ticketmaster debacle had something to do with it.
Well, see, I think that people should be happy about that.
You would have thought, yeah.
Right.
I mean, he was trying to fight the good fight. Maybe the fact that they started heavier and then kind of toned it down a little bit. Maybe they kind of went what some people might call mainstream. Might have pissed some people off. I don't know.
All right.
Next band. I don't mind them, but I think the guys are pieces of shit.
Kiss?
Oasis.
I hate the rain and sunny weather.
I can't.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can't. They're
the ones that said something like, that Pearl Jam should step out of the way for
they did.
better bands like us or something.
But how can you? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't get that either. Oasis had some good songs. I don't hate Oasis. Like, who hates Oasis?
Right.
Unless because they thought they were Beatles ripoffs.
Right. The Beatles ripoffs would definitely be something. The guy got in the bar fights all the time. I mean,
right.
Yeah. So of all the bands that we just named, this next one actually probably surprises me more than all of them. And again, this is one that, if Ryan were here,
spit it out already, Mike.
He'd be freaking out. Korn.
What? Jeez,
I don't get it. Like, I don't know. Like, they're
the rap rock. Maybe people didn't like. All right, is Limp Bizkit on this list?
Yes.
All right, that might be why the whole rap rock thing turned a lot of people off.
Okay.
So that's the only thing I can think of.
All right, number 14, Sean. You already know what this one is. You said that they were going to be on it. Go, tell me who it is.
Metallica is number 14 on the list.
Yeah.
As a hated band?
Because I
don't agree with it, but I understand how the algorithm could pick up on it.
Oversaturated, and because they're popular, and the same thing with Korn. The same thing with a lot of these bands that we've listed. Here's the thing. I know.
How many arguments have you gotten into about Metallica?
Oh yeah.
So you get it.
Here's what I'll say. I know what it's like to be a Yankees fan. When you're the greatest, it's easy to be hated. That's all I'm gonna say. That's how I feel as a Metallica fan.
Well, you know what? It's
Mike,
the hard.
Black Sabbath, is Black Sabbath on that list?
We'll find out.
So the hardcore metalheads, they don't like them.
Right, because, after the first 4 albums, it sucked. And then
the Black album, like made them. The Napster thing was a big thing too.
Matter, dude. Like it doesn't matter. When you're a band that's been around a long time and you're popular and you're played on the radio, people are gonna hate you. I mean, it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So, all I know is that every fucking show I go to, it's sold out, and there's fucking.
Here we go.
No, it's the truth though, and the same thing could be said for bands I hate. I hate fucking Kiss. I hate Kiss with a passion.
Right.
However, those fans are dedicated, and they're
great in concert, man.
They've had 17 fucking farewell shows.
Well, you could name like all of these bands. All these bands sell out.
Right.
You know, you have to be popular to be hated.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Now I know what it's like to be a Yankees fan.
All right. So number 13.
Everything about you.
Boo-hoo.
Yep.
So number 13, Sean, I'll let you comment on this, is The Doors.
Yeah, I fucking love to throw on this list. I fucking hate The Doors. I hate The Doors.
Why? Come on, what's the next one, Mike?
Why do I hate?
We got to talk about these, Gar.
Why do I hate The Doors?
Yeah.
Just because you're drunk and you want to go to bed doesn't mean that the rest.
No, I like The Doors.
I understand. I like The Doors too, but I want Sean to say why he hates The Doors.
I hate The Doors because they're drawn out. Because I just don't get. Now again, this is unfair, but because I said this earlier, but this is the bias against Nirvana and Pearl Jam and Metallica and bands like that who changed music and got the airplay. The Beatles. This is probably the same thing to do it. I never got the whole. See, I just got you hate crazy Jim, really? Yeah. Look, Jim Morrison was a good songwriter. Same thing for Bob Dylan. I think Bob Dylan is a fantastic songwriter. I appreciate what he did. I can't get into it. And the Doors and Bruce Springsteen, and I have a feeling there's others on this list that I'm in the same that are going to be on this list that I'm going to be like, yep, same thing. I never got into them. I don't feel the music. I don't feel the music. I don't need to be on. I don't feel the need that I need to drop a hit of acid to listen to your music and feel good about it.
I mean, I guess I mean, I like them, but I can understand stuff like Light My Fire with the organ playing for a while and just kind of like.
I hate the organ.
Waiting for the sun. Oh, waiting.
I mean, like Ryder.
Waiting.
Hold on, let's do 50.
This is the end.
Yeah.
You get the fuck out of here.
Friend,
the best song, Roadhouse Blues, great song.
Riders on the Storm's a good song.
Yeah, it's a good song. They have a couple. Again, they have a couple good songs, but they're on my top 5 most hated bands, but they're not number 1. I hope. Okay, go ahead.
All right, number 12. I actually kind of agree with this one. Green Day.
I agree with that. Dave, no, Pink Floyd is not on my top 5 list. As hated bands, no, absolutely not. I like Pink Floyd. Green Day, and I know that I'm contradicting myself because a lot of people think that when you listen to Pink Floyd, you need to be but Pink Floyd.
No, you don't.
I actually feel that Pink Floyd had good musicians. Well,
Green
Day, on the other hand, I agree. Green Day is completely overplayed, and they do 3 chords and they're out. And they tried to evolve, and
I bite my lips and close my eyes.
It's so phony. They're the fakest punk
band
ever.
That's what it is. It's Billy Joe is not punk. He's not British. He tries to be this British punk. He's not. He's not anything like it. And
we're a bunch of rebels. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like when they became famous with Dookie in the video when they're walking down the street, you got the weirdo with the fucking the bass player punching punching a wall and shit. Like, get the fuck out of here with that.
He makes more money than we do.
Yeah, fuck him.
So next one is
where we at? Top 10?
Nah, this is 11. Coldplay.
Coldplay, completely agree.
I'm fucking hammered.
I hate that.
It's true.
I hate Coldplay.
Coldplay.
I like some of Coldplay stuff. I can understand some of the other stuff that with Coldplay.
Yeah,
Yellow was the first song I heard, and I didn't think that they were that bad. And then the next
how's that song? I don't remember.
actually, like they actually use electric guitars. Is like one of the few songs they use.
Yeah.
I bold stay next.
What bold stay?
Yeah, fucking bold stay. Yeah, I hear what fucking.
Gary's adding a ton of good commentary here.
Look how, see how they shine for you, and all the things you do is all yellow. I actually didn't hate that song, believe it or not, because I was like, all right, it's something a little different.
Were you getting laid when you heard that song?
Yeah, I was actually.
Oh, then that's why you didn't bother it so much.
Yeah.
All right, we've moved into the top 10.
Everything's easier when you're buzzing up.
Oh, are you kidding me? Yeah.
You got it all over my shirt.
Number 10, Dave Matthews Band.
I can believe that. Same thing with Pearl Jam. Now I'm not a Dave Matthews fan, but it's the cult. It's the cult thing because
they're so good, man.
They're a band that you might love to hate. They're a jam band.
They're so good.
How about this? Look at this. Dave Peterson says about Pink Floyd. Do you know that Comfortably Numb is based off an issue Roger Waters had in Philly when he got ill and gave him drugs? I didn't know that. I knew that I was on the impression that Comfortably Numb was about heroin.
I thought it was about heroin too.
Yeah, heroin use, and maybe it is, but I didn't know how to fit with Philly.
Cocaine.
Oh, it was cocaine? I thought it was heroin.
That was
when you're cocaine will make you feel numb.
Right.
Heroin won't.
I thought heroin is a depressant and makes you feel all fucking numb.
No, it makes you want to. It makes you all fucking down. Makes you want to throw up.
Well, that's what I thought numb would be that way.
Yeah, I would have thought that. Like cocaine, I thought got you all like sped up and shit.
Just a little. Like he was injecting.
Yeah, pinprick.
Oh yeah,
my hand felt like two balloons.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's heroin, not cocaine, man.
All right, well, I'm not gonna sit here and argue about it. Who gives a fuck? That fucking part of the show's over.
Who's in?
Pink Floyd's not even on the fucking list. Why are we talking about him?
Yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad that Pink Floyd's on the list. But who's cocaine with a fucking needle?
That's not the '60s.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Moving on.
I said enough of his nonsense.
Yeah. So this is a band that we've talked about already a bunch.
Yep.
Kiss.
Yeah. Fuck you, Kiss. Fuck you, Kiss. You.
I'd see him in concert.
You don't like any of it, Sean?
I fucking hate every fuck.
Baby wants a blast. Baby wants a blast. She wants a rocket ride. She wants a rocket ride.
Rock City. Fuck you.
Fuck you. I mean, would you see him live?
Yes, I did.
No, you couldn't suck my dick and make me want to fucking go.
Oh, really? You wouldn't go see? I would go see him live. I mean, I heard our show.
You know what? Beth. Okay, the song Beth isn't a bad. That is not a bad song because they actually show a little fucking
emotion.
Yeah, they show a little emotion. They show a little range. Every other fucking song's like it's so cookie cutter and boring to me. I just never understood. You come out and you spit blood and you have flames. You should be a badass band, not a bunch of fucking pussies.
Pussies.
Fucking right in the pussy.
Coming out like a bunch of pussies playing fucking 3/4 rock. They're just weak. They're just weak to me. They're weak. They're fucking weak.
That's early 70s, bro. That's heavy rock from the early 70s.
There was other bands that were heavier than them in the early 70s, like Deep Purple and fucking Sabbath. Not this fucking pussy ass fucking Kiss band.
Oh, I can't argue with that.
Here we go.
You know what? The other one is.
Yeah, Dan, they suck. Thank you, Dan.
Gene Simmons is all about self promotion. He doesn't give a shit. Like everything that he does is the game.
I wish I had his tongue though.
I mean, how many double platinum albums does Dilemma have? That's all I'm saying.
Yo, why's he got to go there? Why's he gotta go there? Why's he gotta make it personal? No.
Get back.
No, you should block him for your show tomorrow. Like have everybody invite everybody, and then when he comes on, kick him out.
By the way, friends with me on Facebook. I'm doing an acoustic thing on personal friends with me on Facebook. Dave Peterson, friend me on Facebook. I'm doing an acoustic little thing tomorrow night at 8:00. Anyone gives a fuck? Not Gary. Gary, you're out. Quarantine blues. Yeah, fuck this. I just wish I had Gene Simmons' tongue that fucking, you know what I mean?
That's a cow tongue sewed on that mama.
Yeah. I bet she has a fucking 15-inch cock too.
Yeah, it's all drippy.
Yeah.
Like Molly.
All right, so number 8. Sean, I'll let you take this one too. Radiohead.
You know what? There's the majority of this list I have to fucking agree with. And the top 10 is sounding really good so far.
Radiohead.
Fucking Radiohead. Dave Matthews Band, Kiss, and Radiohead. I gotta be honest, those three, I had no arguments with it. Well,
Dave Matthews Band.
David Matthews Band is good. They're actually a good group of musicians. They're talented musicians. I just never got into the music. Sounds like a fucking goat.
I love Radiohead too, but I know that
there's songs by Radiohead that I can take, and the rest of them, I that fucking pompous ass fucking band. They think they're better than everyone, and see, my attitude towards Radiohead is why people don't like Pearl Jam, because Pearl Jam went against the system. So I get it.
Well, that's why that's why these bands are on here, because they've all struck a nerve somewhere.
I just don't know why Radiohead is so beloved when I just don't think they have many good songs.
What was their hit?
Creep,
one hit?
Creep, Radio Police, or Karma Police, and they had another song too. Fuck the lead singer in the ass. That was the other song.
Yeah, Karma Police, Creep, and Christ, who was the one that it was on the same album? Paranoid Android.
Paranoid Android. That's it. Yeah. That's it. They have 3 songs. They've been around for 30 years, and they have 3 fucking songs.
Fucking that heroin junkie cocksucker.
Don't Leave Me High, Don't Leave Me Dry. That's a
Don't Leave Me High. That's all right. That song isn't too bad either. But yeah, I don't get it. I when South Park did the song about what the fuck was his name? When Cartman was pranking a kid and he fed his parents in a bowl of chili. Remember that? Actually, Dave, no relation. His name is Scott Peterson. Oh no, Scott Peterson is the dude who killed his daughter.
Or the cop that killed 3 wives.
It's Scott something. Scott's Parkinson, something like that. It's not Scott Peterson. No, it's not Peterson.
Lacey Peterson was a pig.
I'm sure it's no relation to Dave. Not a relation. You just wrote. Scott something in South Park, and he feeds his. They have a chili cook-off, and he kills it. Cartman kills his fucking parents, and puts it in the bowl of chili, and he eats his bowl. He makes him eat his own parents. But he also was crying because he wanted to meet Radiohead, and he's like, "Oh, what a fucking pussy!" And they walk away from him. And it's really the guys from Radiohead do the actual voices. Like, what a pussy! Blah blah blah. It was actually good. Anyway, go ahead, continue. I digress.
So interrupting this segment, Sean. Let him finish.
This is the whole point of this segment, is to go off on this tangent.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Fucking Sean always got to add his comment.
He spoke it about an hour and a half ago, and then he drank a shot at Jameson.
Showing all his opinions.
What the fuck?
All right, number 7. I think we can agree on this one.
None but love, brother.
Fish.
I gotta be honest.
I don't even know that much of Fish.
I don't know if I've heard an entire song by. You know what? I have. I've heard like maybe 1 or 2 songs.
That's all. I want to be Grateful Jerry's dead. That's what they are.
Well, that's exactly what it is. And Grateful Dead probably. I'm surprised they're not on this list for the same reason. Again, the whole jam band kind of.
Wait, they're not on this list?
Grateful Dead is not on this list.
Why, you got something negative to say about the Grateful Dead too, Sean?
Yeah, they suck dick.
No,
Yeah, I
don't.
agree. They
No,
suck.
they don't. No, they don't.
I hate Grateful Dead.
Now, come on, man.
Yeah. Driving that
Come on.
train, high on cocaine, keep trucking,
Yeah.
all that.
Well,
Fucking terrible.
it's just like your opinion, man.
That's perfect for this segment.
Yep.
All right, so anything on Fish? I mean, we really don't know them that much. I mean, jam band, kind of like just play like 13, 14 minutes of just like playing
okay.
jam.
It's okay to eat fish because they don't have any feeling.
That's
No, we
true.
talked about Nirvana like, an hour ago.
So Casey Boy, I want to get Casey Boy on the show at some point. Casey Boy from WMMR 93.3 WMMR here in Philly.
That's who actually this list came from. They were talking about this.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm sure he went off about that.
I think he probably like understood it. Like,
Same
he got
thing with
like
Metallica. Like, you know how much I love Metallica. Like, fuck, I got 2 Metallica tattoos.
right.
I love Metallica, but I understand it. I get it. Like I said, it's like I get what it's like to be a Patriots and Yankees fan when you're the best.
All right, number 6, Sean, you mentioned him earlier. Bob Dylan. Terrible mumbling voice.
It's a hurricane.
Great songwriter.
I'm in the basement worried about the government.
Government taking my cottage cheese.
Yeah,
Great songwriter. I can't argue with that.
and this may be the worst band on the list, in my opinion.
Hold on.
Mumford and Sons. You would have never guessed it.
Fucking Mumford.
I'm glad. Good.
Yeah.
That's great.
What are they
That's
saying?
fantastic. You don't want to know.
Tell me one song they sung.
They're like this hickle,
They're like a fucking
hillbilly, like
folk-
folky,
Like a folk indie
string
band
banjos.
that made it big. Dude, oh my God. I can't stand it. The sound of that fucking band just makes me fucking.
Yeah, I turn them off every time.
Please tell me Bon Jovi's on this fucking list, Mike. Fuck.
not.
All right.
He's
God
not
damn it.
on the
How's
list.
Bon Jovi not on this list.
No John Bon Jovi.
Yeah, that's actually one of the surprises. I have 3 people that I'm surprised aren't on the list.
All right.
Bon Jovi's one of them.
Yeah. I have another one too in mind.
Who?
This one is I can understand, interesting, kind of in that same Pearl Jam, Metallica ilk.
Uh-huh.
U2.
100% can totally see why they're on this list.
I like U2, but they do have that sellout. South Park once said, and South Park can relate to a bunch of things.
They haven't done anything. And again, this is the whole, because I'm not a fan of them, and this is why people don't like Metallica and the same thing. They haven't done anything good since Achtung Baby. And even Achtung Baby was a turnoff to a lot of people because it changed. They completely changed their sound. They went from, Rattle and Hum and Joshua Tree, which are 2 fantastic albums, to Achtung Baby, where they went very, very much radio friendly pop. And look, Metallica never went pop. Let's be honest. I don't give a fuck who you are. Don't tell me that Metallica went pop. They never went pop. But U2 went the whole route of, we're going to make popular songs. We're gonna make sure we get airplay on VH1, and they did that with that album. And went, Dave Peterson said they just went mainstream too much. And I'll never forget when I was a kid, my mom used to go to all kinds of concerts, and she's like, "I will never." And as a kid, I'm like, "What? I will never see U2 again." And I was disappointed by that. And she's like, "Oh, he thinks he's cooler than the world. No connection to the audience. He had his shades on the entire time." And as a kid, I was like, "That's stupid." And I remember seeing live, and I've seen live like 14, 15 times. And they, over the last 4 or 5 times I saw them, they would come out with shades on. And I was like, immediately, I'm like, what a pompous ass move.
Yeah.
Like, and the first like 3-4 songs, they're wearing glasses. And actually, the one guitar player, even the one guitar player wears it the whole time. He wears glasses the entire time. And I just think that's, first of all, you're not that cool.
Mm-hmm.
You're indoors. there's lights on. I get it. Unless you have fucking some medical condition.
Right.
And apparently Bono claims he has glaucoma or something. Like, whatever. Get the fuck out of here. You're wearing them fucking shades. Fuck out of here. You're doing it for an image because you were fine in '88 when you were fucking making your bones. You know what I mean? That whole thing pissing me off. You lose connection with your audience when you do shit like that.
Yeah.
And, you don't necessarily, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, so again, South Park, they said that they're very giving, like really big philanthropists, but still come across as like complete big douchebags.
The biggest turd.
Yeah, exactly.
The biggest, you're the biggest piece of shit in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was that whole, it was Randy Marsh took the biggest dump ever, and he got beat out by Bono because Bono was the biggest piece of shit in the world. Dude, that's the second South Park reference we just had.
There's another South Park reference.
That's why South Park's the best.
Yeah. Number 3, Creed.
I mean, was Creed relevant enough to be that hated? Like, I guess Fish kind of goes. Like, was Fish really that?
Science.
No, the only two artists to wear shades to be cool is Wonder and Ray Charles.
Yep,
100%.
Good with that. Maybe you could go ZZ Top.
You know what? Yeah, I'll go ZZ Top too. Yeah, because that was the whole Texas cool thing. Yeah, 100%. I will not disagree with that. If ZZ Top came out wearing shades,
but it's more of an image. It's not.
Yeah,
not all of its image, but this is more of like them kind of doing a cool image, not a pretentious image.
Yeah, they weren't blind trying to start a Twitter page like Stevie Wonder, but like they were cool, like coming out like with the whole image, like shades on, doing that. Yeah, no, 100%. ZZ Top, 100%. I agree with that, Mike. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, again, Creed. The band itself was obviously pretty good. They went on to do a lot of like what is Alter Bridge and stuff, but the singer was a douche. Scott Stapp was a douche.
Yeah, Scott Stapp was the Christian.
But it was a fake Christian. It was like a whole fake persona about a Christian.
Yeah.
He was,
Yeah, so I kind of get that.
So
right,
number 2.
Number 2. Hold on. Man, U2 was already done. Kiss was already done. Fuck. All right, I gotta try to guess here. Can you tell me an era?
Yeah, this is one of the earlier ones.
Zeppelin.
Guess who?
Sabbath.
Oh shit. Sabbath.
I'm out.
Oh fuck. You know what? I kind of get it.
I mean, the Ozzy's voice a little bit.
Yeah, streaks. Fucking Iommi's fucking one trick pony.
I don't know, like the whole show that they had on with Sharon and this and that.
Yeah.
I could totally see that.
I 100% get it. Gary, what do you think?
I can't get behind it.
Why? I got behind the Metallica disc. Why can't you get behind the fucking Sabbath disc?
You can't understand it at all?
I can't get behind it.
Why?
You got nothing?
What do you mean?
The high pitched voice, nothing? Like you got
really?
You can't understand how anybody would like. You don't think that there was any jealousy or hatred?
Completely overrated. Sabbath, completely overrated.
Overrated? What the fuck you mean overrated?
All right, let's let him in on the joke. Mike.
All right, yeah, so Sabbath didn't make the list.
We're only kidding.
I'm just fucking with you.
We're only kidding. Did you see Peterson? Mario, Sabbath's good. Peterson, get the fuck out of here. Peter, I was like, nah, Sabbath's not on the list. We're only kidding.
Sabbath's not
no, dude, Sabbath, Ozzy and Randy. Well, yeah, I mean, Ozzy and Randy Rhoads is gold. Yeah, absolutely, but that's not Sabbath. But we're not talking about Sabbath. We're only kidding. So number 2. Number 2, really.
I didn't want to make it number 1 because I thought it would have been too obvious. So I made it 2 instead.
Yeah. So who's 2?
So 2 is the other rap rock band that you mentioned.
Oh, Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit's 2.
All right, hold on. I gotta guess who's number 1. The number 1 most hate. See, Dan just said the Beatles, and I thought it would have been the Beatles.
It's not.
Stones. Rolling Stones.
No.
Is it Zeppelin?
It's a band. It's a band that when you're probably not thinking them. They're probably not in your head, but when I say who it is, you're gonna be like, all right, yeah, that makes sense.
Give me an era.
Probably like late 90s ish.
Poison.
I'm sorry. I went too early. Probably. Well, late 90s. Poison would have been like late 80s, isn't early 90s. I'm thinking late 90s, early 2000s.
Late 90s, early 2000s.
Carried into the middle, I guess, of 2000s.
And it's a band, rock band.
Rock band.
No, it's not AC/DC. Someone said AC. No, absolutely not.
No, they're 80s.
No. Late 90s, early 2000s. And don't tell me it's Stained.
No.
Okay. But I'm not far off.
I mean, no. I mean, it's.
I know who it is. I 100% know who it is.
Go ahead.
If I'm Donovan McNabb, I'm a quarterback, not a nickelback. Am I right? Nickelback.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, dude, I got to be honest. The whole algorithm thing, 100%. Every fucking page that posts a story and is like, oh, Lisa's not Nickelback. Lisa's not Nickelback. Lisa's not Nickelback. 100%. Like, and it's crazy. And it goes with the whole formula of this. Every band we just named, every band you just named, except for like 2, are very, very, very popular bands who sell out every fucking show. And Nickelback has a number 1 hit every fucking time, and no one knows how.
Yep.
This is my photograph. So here's a name I'm surprised is not on this list. Dan said he likes Nickelback. Here's a name I'm surprised is not on this list. Bruce Springsteen.
I have Bruce Springsteen. I was surprised about Jovi. I was surprised about Bruce Springsteen. You know who else I'm surprised about? I'm surprised about one other band.
Grateful Dead.
Well, yeah, them, but Kid Rock.
Oh, that's a good one too. Yeah. That's a little shocking.
Dirty White Trash.
I was surprised. I would replace Kid Rock with Fish because no one gives a fuck about Fish, and I'll put Kid Rock in that spot. That's what I would do.
Maybe Sting, The Police.
No.
You don't think that? I thought that. Is there a lot of people that don't?
If Rush is on that list,
I know a lot of people didn't like Sting, right?
You know what it is? It's the overcompensation for Rush. That's what it is. Because when people think of prog rock, they put Rush in that category, and there's a lot of people who don't like Rush just because they're not heavy or they're too progressive, and actually, I'm actually surprised that Tool's on the list.
You know what? I thought Tool too because Maynard's an asshole.
Right, and they kind of
talking about shades on them.
And a lot of people think that they're too boring, they're too long, they're too boring. A lot of people don't like progressive rock. It's not a mainstream thing.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate because I found myself kind of really siding more towards prog rock lately with new bands that are out. I don't like Ryan, who's not on the show tonight, but Ryan was trying to turn me on to some band, and I'm like, nah. What the fuck? I'm like, because it's not different. And prog rock, a lot of prog rock to me is different. I don't know if it sounds snooty, but there's a lot of prog rock bands that are out there that don't get the credibility. I don't care about fucking if they get popular or shit. I don't give a fuck about that. I want something different.
Yeah.
Prog rock bands are trying things different. They're trying different sounds. They're trying different things. The breakdowns. I want to be thrown for a loop when I'm listening to a song. I don't want to be thrown through the same cookie cutter fucking. Here comes the chorus, verse, chorus, interlude, verse, chorus, end of the song.
Yeah,
I'm tired of that. And
Yeah, I mean, I like the songs that kind of have a build up.
Mm-hmm. Like that's
like,
why,
and then they like yeah.
That's why I think Foo Fighters are.
Like "Let It Die" is a perfect example of a song that builds up, and then all of a sudden, like you hit the.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that was cool.
No, I thought it was really cool, and I thought that as much as you could say like, oh, screw this list, whoever created. The thing that's cool about this list is it's not a person. This isn't a person's opinion. This is like basically
algorithms. It's based on science.
Yes,
the science. Nickelback fucking blows.
now it's scientifically proven that Nickelback sucks.
Nickelback is the most hated band of all time. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, we had a much longer show than I thought we were going to have tonight. We want to thank Mr. Wes Chamberlain for joining us tonight. Former Philadelphia Philly, 1993 National League champion. Wes Chamberlain, we're going to have him on again.
He's not to be mistaken with Louis Meadows, by the way.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, we'll get him on sometime during the summer or something. I want to talk about the main reason why I reached out to him is because I want to talk about spring training with him and what it was like with him, with spring training and how he felt.
Shit.
Yeah, so we got some cool feedback about that. Awesome show, great guests. Thank you guys. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dave, Mark, everyone else that chimed in tonight on the live feed. We thank you guys, and everyone downloaded tonight. Thank you so much. But yeah, Wes Chamberlain, great guy, really nice guy, down to earth dude, and didn't want to spill any beans.
Yes.
Unlike Lenny, he'll fucking tell us anyone's sex life. Jesus, Lenny had. We're gonna get Lenny back on sometime soon too.
We do, absolutely.
This was a great show. I mean, I had a good time tonight. We had a lot of lists. We didn't have a lot of sports topics, but we had a lot to talk about. Somehow.
Yeah, as always.
Got me on my knees. He'll be good company.
All right, we wrapping this up.
Yeah, we're good.
All right.
We good. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this motherfucker with a pair of pliers and a blowtorch. We had a good time tonight, Gary. Thanks for staying awake.
You made it.
Yeah, you made it. I'm surprised. I'm impressed. I'm impressed by you. We found out that Wes Chamberlain likes a doobie, by the way.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That's actually pretty cool. Yeah, he likes the weed and Hennessy. I used to. Yeah, you still do. Don't fucking lie. Yeah, we'll get him on again sometime, man. That was fun. Yep. All right, we will see you guys next week. I'll work on it. I'm gonna try to get Jason on. We'll see what happens.
That was good.
Yep.
All right.
Peace out.
Suck my dick.
Thank you guys on the live feed here. And again, if you're still tuned in, tomorrow night on my personal page,
on my knees.
An acoustic thing should be fun. I'm bringing out some shit that you probably forgot about.
Nice.
Little days in the new.
There you go. Touch peel and stand. A little touch peel and stand.
Really? Yeah. All right. See you guys.